You tune in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. We have to talk about this particular individual because now he has officially project to be Elon Musk, and he wants to project Trump to make business moves on his platform, on his website. He is disappointed in them, yet he wants to be them. Just like he wants to be Ringo, just like he wants to be Brainwavezz, just like he wants to be me. In majority, he wants to be you ladies. He wants to be some of you ladies. That's why he talk about y'all, trying to get y'all in some situation. You see. Now, we're not going to be too long, maybe about an hour. Shout out to my big bro, Brainwavezz. I know he got important things to take care of. So if he's tuning in down the road, it's all well and good, bro. Take care of your business. I truly understand and understand.
You know, we sit up here and we looking at a lot of brothers is looking at Trump like the Messiah. Because you got certain creators that's behind.
They're not looking at Trump as a Messiah. In perfect timing. They're not looking at Trump as a Messiah. They're looking at it as he's doing something for the men. The thing is, the men have to take this initiative of the Most High, because the Bible did say that the fathers will be back in the sons and daughters' life. See, he didn't bring that scripture up because he's lackadaisical. So this is prophecy. Trump is part of the prophecy. Go ahead. Special great guest.
I appreciate
Brainwavezz.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Rollo, for once again allowing me on your platform. And I'm just thankful once again to be here. What I want to say is that when Nubreed breaks down situations, right? He doesn't fully break it down. He'll halfway break it down. Now, to his audience, they're slow. They don't read the Bible themselves. I don't care how many times they say it. I don't care if they have a ministry. They're too busy doing ministry or whatever it is to actually read the Bible. So when he opens his mouth and says stuff, they don't care about the Bible. They don't care about scripture. They don't care about upholding that. So they allow him to go and teach them the way that he teaches. And so in what he's teaching, he's half teaching. He's giving half truths. So when you give half truths, that's a lie. Uh-oh. Y'all better be glad I didn't do my soundboard. That's a lie when you give half truths. And so what he's doing is he's trying to perpetuate a narrative to make it seem like he's talking about something, like he just knows what's going on. But he has absolutely no idea what's going on. You see, there's a combination of things that are happening right now all together. And if I actually speak on it, I would trigger the daylights out of people. I literally would piss people off and trigger people. People that like me, people that don't like me. I would irritate them. I would aggravate them by telling them the truth. That's the persecution for Christ's name's sake. And so what he's doing is he refuses to do that. He wants everybody to come, everybody to watch, everybody to see. His main objective is not to focus on teaching the truth with this particular subject. It is to get people to support him and see him. That's his motivation for doing it. I'll give you a key example. He would not actually even do his show or any of these topics for that matter if nobody came to his live chat. If nobody was viewing, he would not take the chance and the risk to talk about things that wouldn't quote unquote get him the views. You see, here he is talking about the algorithm is not your God. What, some odd 6 to 7 months or so ago? Yep. He made a video talking about the algorithm's not your God. And he, quote unquote, insulted me, Rollo, Ringo, and several other content creators. But yet, here he is perpetuating the same situation. He is literally catering to the algorithm. Why? Just like when Trump was going with the elections, He was talking about Trump this, Kamala that, Biden this, Biden that. And now here he is doing the same thing. Trump won the election, so now Trump this, Trump that, he's gonna pass. So is he gonna spend the next 4 years talking about Trump? Because a lot of stuff that's happening right now, thinks it's gonna happen to all of us. It's gonna be 4 years of this, if not 8 years, or however long that this next presidency is going to be. There's gonna be all types of changes, situations, and things. So is he gonna turn into the same people that he criticizes? Is he gonna turn into a news and media outlet, constantly covering Trump this and Trump that? President Trump went here, he said this, he did this, these changes took place because of Trump. Look who's associated with Trump. Trump, 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 Trump. Things to me like he's invested. And he's proving his actions day in and day out. Somebody could say Brainwavezz. No, he's not. He said he has he's invested in Trump coin. He was invested in making Kamala look bad, Biden look bad. Look, he has a platform. He's not the common person who's just running around yapping on people's platforms. He has a platform. He's supposed to be a leader. So what he says, he has to move carefully. Whether you agree with somebody or disagree, you need to be careful who you bash. Okay? He's just bashing them, saying that everybody that supported Biden and Kamala are demons. You know how many millions of people voted for them, and not because of any quote unquote reason that would be applicable to call them demons? Just like people voted for, you know, to say somebody's salvation is based off of who they vote for. It's asinine. Mm-hmm. It's satanic. Mm-hmm. Because what does politics have to do with somebody's salvation? Mm-hmm. See, so this guy now, speaking of salvation and speaking of biblical attributes and ways of life, he's trying to incorporate through politics how we're supposed to act and how we're supposed to behave. And he's basing it off of what Trump is actually doing. This is the hypocrisy of it. It's all because Trump passed this. You see, people, this is what's going on, this is where we are. But you're big upping Trump. You want Trump to pass these things. You want certain things to happen. You want the ladies to fall and get shut down so they can be slaves, and so that you can push a narrative with all, see, women, you better follow me, you know, because I know about these things. So y'all better get under my leadership and get under the men that follow me. You see what I'm saying? That's what he said on his page. Did he not say that in his live stream yesterday? We already documented that. Women, and then he tried to correct himself. So no, what comes out of a man's mouth at first, that's what it is. Don't try to backpedal and flip-flop and correct yourself. You said you a man's platform, and you're a man's platform focusing on men, and all the women that come to your platform gotta get in line under him and get in line under any men that's basically on his platform. That's some type of dictatorship. You sound just like Trump. Because, you know, it's kind of funny, and I didn't want to ruffle no feathers, but man, forget this. You got to look at what's even going on outside of politics. See, right now, everybody's like, oh, everything's good with Trump, the politics, but look at the home front. You didn't see Melania happy. She did the fake politically correct smile. Yay, my husband just got elected. I'm back to first lady. She didn't look happy about it. You didn't see the enthusiasm. You didn't see the love. You didn't see what's supposed to be there on the home front. See, everybody's focusing on what he's doing out here in the world. That's what a lot of people do. They don't care about what's really going on. But in order for a man to properly, quote unquote, be able to run a so-called ministry, because everybody's like, Trump is a man of God, he's following scripture, and he's doing this and he's doing that. I even put out a YouTube short today talking about how he's, quote unquote, what he did with his hand not being on the Bible is actually following scripture. But what I want y'all to pay attention is, don't get deceived in his actions of, quote unquote, following scripture. That doesn't mean that he's actually following scripture. Did I just say what I just said? Just because he's following scripture does not mean he's following scripture. This is what New Demon does a lot. He'll quote scripture. He might even try to follow it at times, but it doesn't mean he's following scripture. It doesn't mean that that's necessarily his end game. That's what's in his heart. That's what his agenda. You got to really stop and think about this. So there's division and stuff going on the home front. You don't see a lot of stuff. You don't see no kissing, no hugging. You don't see the kids around when it comes to President Trump. Nobody cares about that. There's like, he's still a great leader. If he's such a great leader on all fronts, why would he have division in his household? See, if you're a great leader, you have your household on lock. You have other things you get into on lock. You be doing this and you be doing that, but nobody cares about that. See, in this society, it's okay to have your household falling apart. And see, this is what happens with New Demon. Y'all know why I was late? Why am I late on the stream? Because I'm taking care of my household like a man. Guess what I had to do?
I said that.
I was prepared. I would have been sitting here early for this live stream. This live stream is supposed to be a dual live stream on both our channels. Instead of that, I had to handle business. I had to get in the kitchen unexpectedly, had to cook, I had to take care of my wife. She wasn't feeling well. That's what happens when you're around a bunch of kids. You pick up what these kids got. And I had to take care of all of that, take care of my household, get everything straight, do this, do that, prepare for this. It just took time. So all of that's in place. Here I am. I say that to say that you got to sometimes put in work. Sometimes you can't always show up and do these things right on time. And real leaders and real men, they have their moments where they go out and they lead, and then they have their moments when they fall back. Something similar to what actors and actresses do. You'll see them film for movies and TV shows. They working day in and day out. They don't miss a beat for like 6 months to a year, maybe a little bit longer, give or take. And then they go ghost on you. Where's John Doe? Where's Jane Doe? That's because they handling business. But see, when you look at this guy, he always show up as soon as something pop off. He's conveniently around, conveniently there, conveniently cover stuff. He ain't watching no kids. How the hell does this man have 6 to 8 kids, 2 newborn children? He got custody of all. He didn't say some, all his kids. Here I am. You don't see me around. You don't see Ringo around because sometimes he's handling business. You don't think it ain't times that he got to take care of his daughters? The man got 4 daughters.
That's correct.
4. So you mean to tell me he just sitting around all day just working on his studio? Yes, he got to work on his studio, handle business, but part of handling his business, he got to tend to his family.
Yep.
New Demon is not tending to his family. See, I'm going to give you an example. Let's rewind. He did not tend to his family when and see, this is how the Holy Spirit works. All of this is freestyle. All of this is impromptu. I'm coming in here late. And y'all probably looking at me like, man, this dude on fire. He sound like he's prepared. No, the Most High is prepared. The Holy Spirit is prepared. That's why I'm bringing it to that ass. That's why I'm serving him up on a plate. You see, when New Demon was tending to his family crisis situation, you see how he wasn't online. He went online, right? He was tending, hey, I'm tending to my family crisis situation and I got some things to take care of, but I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back. So it's funny that one little time he decided to show, it took a crisis for him to actually show up and do something.
Wow.
Literally a crisis. And I bet he was forced to do it. I bet his lady was nagging at him. I bet other folks was getting on him, other family members. It take that to show up. And here he is showing up on the internet, telling lies. Why? Because he has an agenda. He's trying to get paid. See, if you really relying on the Most High, you could take a sacrifice. You could take a L. Remember when Ringo was building his studio? See, confirmation, Rollo's phone's going off. When Ringo was building his studio, right? Check this out, y'all. Y'all know how it was a lot of subjects y'all wanted him to talk about. A lot of topics. He couldn't do it. He missed weeks. He missed months. It was a lot of content he didn't get through. Even now, he's still grinding. He's missing content. But guess what? The Most High is not only provide for him, sustain for him, but elevated him, even financially.
Yeah.
You see? And look at Rollo. Rollo has not been able to do. He took a time. There was times here, there, in between where, well, he needed to work or he needed to do this. He needed to handle his business, do that. And there was times where he would cover stories or he would do topics. He would go live a lot. There was times that he didn't go live. Guess what? He's not fully dependent on the algorithm to get paid. But see, this guy here, he's fully dependent on YouTube to get paid. And he got the nerve to talk about the TikTokers crying and whining. I wonder what this nigga gonna do if YouTube would have shut down. See, me, I'm gonna be okay. I'm still gonna be balling out of control. spiritually, mentally, and physically. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because what I
Mm-hmm.
do on this social media platform, I do it in real world. So all I'm gonna do is just completely go full throttle in the real world. Hey y'all know
There you
social media
go.
down, right? Social media down, right? So y'all already know what it is. Let's do this thing. Him, on the other hand, he don't connect with nobody in the real world. He stay in his neighborhood. You don't see him interact with nobody in the neighborhood. He always coming out when nobody's around. He's the monitoring spirit. He knows when nobody's around in the neighborhood. Let me come outside so I don't interact with nobody. Come on now. Come on now. You never see this man interact with nobody. You never hear him interact with nobody. The only people he interact with is satanic witch coven on his channel. Them
Yep.
demon content creators, all of them are a bunch of demons. Every last one
Yep.
of them. All those artists, they're a bunch of demons running around quoting scriptures, acting like they righteous. They believe because they quoting scriptures, oh, I did this and I did that, that they righteous. They believe that people like me is wicked. People like Rollo's wicked. People like Ringo's wicked. All of y'all in the live chat, they believe that all of y'all are wicked because y'all over here. We putting in work. We doing what the Most High will have us to do. See, we prepared. We're
That's right.
trained. We're lifting the
Right.
weight. We're doing everything that needs to be done in this climate. So whatever's to come, we ready. He over there making everybody lazy,
Sure is.
pacifying them, weakening them, making all his audience want to go follow him in his ways. Follow me. Do you ever hear me sit up there talking about follow me? I
No.
don't even talk about following me on social media. You hear Rollo talking about, y'all need to come follow me, follow everything I do, follow everything I'm setting up. Nah, we don't move like that. The brothers and sisters that we associate don't move like that.
Correct.
But him, his goal is he want everybody under him. That's a narcissistic satanic leadership. That's what
Correct.
demons want. Me, 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 me. He's on here getting his fix. He on here getting his energy instead of taking care of everything he got. But see, he's a demon. He don't care
Exactly.
about that. He thinking it's gonna take care of himself. But he's not playing his part. Let me tell you, in the game of chess, if the king don't move accordingly, if the king don't see that all the other pieces on the board move accordingly, do you think the kingdom is going to sustain itself? No. You're going to
No.
leave holes, you're going to leave moves open, and somebody's going to checkmate you behind.
Correct.
So he's not moving the right way. He's leaving things open. And remember, he said, unless he lied about this, he has full custody of 8 children. I don't care if it's 6 children, 6 to 8 children, young kids. Kids run around making noise. You don't hear no thuds in his house. You don't hear no bangs. He ain't using no sound treatment, noise cancellation stuff. He using a regular old mic that's hooked up to whatever he got going on. He be
Yep.
using his phone. You hear no bangs. You hear no kids playing. You hear no noise in the background. It was just a couple of months ago. He was bragging, trying to shut us down when he was on this entertainment channel. Hey, babe, hey, babe. He was trying to let us hear all the noises in the background. He was trying to
Yep.
prove that something's going on in the background. Now he all silent like a snake. He moving quiet like a snake.
Yep.
Come on now. Stop, stop, stop. When Rollo's out doing what he does, you see that you hear people in the background. You see there's times where he's speaking, he's doing stuff, he's moving, he's interacting. You understand when
Right.
Ringo comes on, it's time when he's interacting. This guy here, you don't ever hear him interacting. You never see
But
him pause. Nobody.
Nobody.
No phone calls coming through.
Nothing.
Nothing. He don't get no texts, no phone calls, no messages. Nobody trying to jump on the platform. Nothing.
Empty. Zero.
Zero. Zilch. Because that is the wages of sin. Death. This man is dying from the inside out. He don't even see it. He's looking at the shell. I got 1,000 people coming into my live chat every time I go live. Yeah, but you can't get 1,000 people coming in your live chat talking about any real topics. You got to focus riding on Trump's pipe. You riding Trump's pipe. Get off the president's pipe. Let's see you talk about some real biblical topics since you a righteous man of the Most High. You want to insult Christians. You want to insult Hebrew Israelites. You insult everybody. The alternative lifestyle. You insult everybody. You insult rappers who blaze the path. You want to see, here you are being hypocritical talking about Snoop and Nelly and Soulja. You. He doing all that crap, insulting them, but yet you up here trying to rap and push your stuff, and you disrespecting those that came before you. Come on now.
That's right.
Snoop, look, whether you agree with Snoop, whether him being a demon, whether him being in the system, whether him being a part of whatever society, I don't care. Snoop is one of the greatest to ever pick up a microphone, and you know that. He put out some of the
Facts.
greatest hits.
Facts.
You got to put some respect on that. And he's been on some of the greatest labels out here. He's connected with the greatest artists. He done hit everybody. He done songs with everybody. So for you to be like, oh, Auntie Snoop and all that, I wonder what you call Auntie Snoop in his face.
You won't do that. You know that.
Yeah, you ain't got the nut sacks to do that, to call him that in his face, because you's a coward. You talk on the internet like you big tough, but in real life, you don't do shh. When I was standing in front of your face, you ain't did shh. When Rollo was standing in front of your face, you ain't did shh. When Ringo was standing in front of your face, you ain't did shh. You quit talking like you the man. Yeah, I'm hard. I'm tough, bruh. You don't want no smoke if it actually come down to it. I'm telling you, I will unload everything in me on your ass. And that'd be it.
That's
That'd be
real
it.
talk. That's real
And this
talk.
is real smoke. I don't give a damn who's watching right now. Real smoke. You step in my face, nigga, I'll murder your ass. Don't play with me. You don't know who I am, and you don't know what I'm made of, and you don't know anything about me. You think your little policeman researching me? You think you don't know me? They don't know me. It's the reason why people leave me the hell alone. Why you think people leave me alone when they know where I'm at, they know where I stay, they know everything about me, but they leave my ass alone? Don't mess with me.
Real talk.
This is real talk. I don't mess with nobody. But now you done made this personal. You mess with my money. You mess with family members. You mess with friends, people I care about. You mess with people in the live chat. You mess with other content creators. You doing all this demonic, satanic stuff, all this wicked stuff. Yeah, bro, it's personal. So when somebody want to come up on the internet, let somebody do it like you. I want to see how you gonna handle it if you call yourself a man. See, I ain't no coward. I'm saying it straight, no chaser. I tell you who I'm talking about. It's right out here. I said it here. Say it in his face. I don't give a damn. And that's why I'm going to call this demon out, because this man's a demon. And the people he associated with are demons. Y'all better be glad I ain't got the time to make content about every last one of these content creators that's rolling with him, because I'll roast all of them. Y'all want war? Y'all got war. You want a spiritual warfare? What's up? Spiritual warfare. Here it is. Challenge that. Come for that. Don't ignore it like a coward. Oh, we're ignoring them. People that's trying to get you. Look, if you a man, I shouldn't get you out of your feelings. I shouldn't be able to move you like that, right? You talking about you ain't fazed by this. So what I'm saying shouldn't move you then. This should be easy peasy for you.
That's right.
This should be easy for you.
That's right.
Come on now. What's up to everybody in the chat? I see y'all. I'm just, this is serious. Y'all don't understand. In 2025, it's on a whole, it's a whole nother ball game.
Yep,
Whatever was played, Y'all think we talking about this particular subject tonight just to be talking about it? Nah, man. This dude's spiritual coffin. He thinking he winning, he's dying inside out spiritually. There's internal bleeding going on.
Yeah.
It looked like everything is growing with his channel. It looked like everything's growing with what he's doing. He's spiritually bleeding out. He don't even see it.
Yep.
He just gonna drop out of nowhere. Y'all gonna be like, man, everything looks great. And then y'all gonna be like, what happened? What's going on over there? I have to tell you, he's leaking out. The damage has already been done. And all this damage he did it himself.
He sure did.
But if he think he gonna shut me down, trying to come for me and do a little stuff, nah, bro, I go harder in the paint. I warned y'all, y'all better off leaving me alone. Y'all want me to fall back? Leave me the hell alone. You playing little spiritual games behind the scenes and manipulation behind the scenes, that's just gonna make me turn up. That's why people leave me alone. They're like, nah, leave that cat alone once he get turned up. I do this on the job. I'm respected everywhere I go. People know, don't mess with him. I ain't the one. Yep. When I'm out and about, I give people a look. Oh, you want some of this? They bypass me and they go somebody else. I'm not saying I could take everybody out. I'm not talking about that. But I'm going to tell you something. You ain't going to get away scot-free when it comes to fooling with me. Spiritually, mentally, or physically, in a negative aspect. And just this much.
They know who to pull it off with and not who to pull it off with for the most
E-
part.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know what you covered, Rollo, in the first part, because
Oh, this is
obviously.
basically, I was just doing splits on it because it's a 2 hour video. It was just the Most High God in me. So basically, he mentioned the H word. Elon Musk, mentioned that. He talked about, he had somebody on the platform where it was a young man who talked about his situation with the baby moms who passed away and how he got custody of his children. And they was talking
Oh,
about
that guy was in the
the
chat.
Trump thing. The thing though is that the Bible did say that before the dreadful day of the Lord coming, Christ that is, that Elijah, the spirit of Elijah will pour on the men to be back in their children's life, to bring the healing before the dreadful day. So that has to happen. So the Most High is using Trump to use that situation to go. That's why I made mention of that before you came on. It's time for these fathers to be in these children's life. The Most High is not going to be pleasing to that to be fulfilled. So now the Most High is forcing the men who never been in their children's life to now do it. And that included him.
Facts.
Wicked or
So,
not.
so here's what I want to add to that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those, for instance, like him, that are wicked, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
know the Most High, just like you said, Spirit of Elijah, et cetera, is forcing men that haven't been around to be the fathers that haven't been around to be in their child or children's lives.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to say is,
Oh, we're
it,
breaking up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, it kind of broke up on your end.
Of course, it would break up while I'm cooking. So with the spirit of Elijah being poured out.
Mm-hmm.
And we know the focus, whether you're wicked or righteous, in terms of fathers being around their child or children's presence. What I want to say is, I wonder, okay, in terms of those fathers that are wicked
Mm-hmm.
and it's getting set up to where the children are around, the children are in custody, what have you, with their father. I wonder if the fathers are going to actually carry their weight like they're supposed to.
We know that's not
Because,
going to be the case.
yeah, yeah,
It has to be fulfilled. That's not going to be the case, and that might be the reason why Christ said that some will buck up against their parents. I'm just saying that could be the reason he was saying that you would see some of them unalive their parents.
yeah, that's
That
true.
could be the reason why.
That's true. That makes sense. Man, this is crazy. I guess I would assume that you were actually playing pieces of this, correct?
Yeah. So we're gonna continue. Let him say what he has to say.
Behind Trump, and they like acting like he gonna change everything, but we also got to make the right decisions. And when I say we, I'm speaking about myself and all.
Uh oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh
Uh-oh.
oh. Uh oh.
Oh, snap.
Gotta rewind that again a little bit.
Run that back. Yes.
You see what I'm saying? But
Yep.
the time that it had that I went through that for 4 years, that let me know God had to set me down to say, hey man, we gotta work on you. You see what I'm saying? We gotta get this right. You see what I'm saying? So hey, it's a blessing, man. I just want to say, man, look, I've been through it. I'm sure people out there been through it too. Hey, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I recover from it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing.
That's right.
I get a chance to see them every day. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what's up. Well, thank you for your testimony, brother. I appreciate it. Feel free to tap in. All right.
yes, sir.
All right. Peace. Yeah, I mean, see, this is why certain laws got to be put on the books. Certain things got to be implemented, man. You know, we sit up here and we looking at a lot of brothers is looking at Trump like the Messiah. Because you got you got certain creators that's behind Trump, and they like acting like he gonna change everything. But we also got to make the right decisions. And when I say we, I'm speaking about myself and all of us, right? We got to.
You know, let me say this. Let me take a different approach for a moment. You
Go
see,
ahead.
women have been hollering this message for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They've been needing the fathers of their child or children to be active in their lives. They don't need a paycheck. I'm not saying they don't need a paycheck at all, but I'm trying to make a point here. They weren't asking, I need money, I need this. They need their fathers to be present for their children. And so with this spirit of Elijah, it's basically balancing everything out. Most High is balancing it out. But see, what's going to end up happening is kind of what Rollo and I just got finished talking about. You're hearing from this video that we saw where the brother Lee on there, he said that he needed to get right, he needed to do better. So I'm just going to say, based upon what he's saying, I don't know the brother, I don't know his situation, I didn't hear all of that, so I can't, do no full breakdown. But just based off of that little clip that we heard, it's pretty obvious that he wasn't actually doing things right the way that he needed to be.
Correct.
And because he wasn't doing things right the way that he needed to be, he was in that situation, not only with himself, but with his children and with the lady that he's involved with,
Right.
as it relates to that situation. So once again, you got to look at it as the man being the headship and the leadership. This is what New Demon's preaching, talking about, a woman got to fall under the man. We know what the Bible say about the natural order of things. Apparently, there's a lot of men that just ain't leading right. And here it is, even New Demon is saying, even him got to do better. Now, let me tell you something. With me, I don't have to do better because I'm already doing better.
Correct.
It's not something that I have to do. I've been doing it. Everybody knows. There's no complaints. You can go ask anybody. There's no complaints with what I'm doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
None. Nobody from other women, other men. He's like, man, he doing it. Nobody has any complaints. Lady, nobody's complaining. So what I'm saying, but there's a lot of women that complain. They make videos, they make content, they out here on social media, they doing this, they doing that. You got to stop and think, why are they complaining? And this is a cry that they have for the Most High for years. I talk to a lot of women. I've counseled women, and they've been wanting this. They say, all I want is my baby daddy or my boyfriend or my husband or whatever it is. I just need him to show up the way I need him to show up. Simple things. And yet, they haven't showed up. So it's taken, again, a crisis. Just like with New Demon, it took a family crisis to get him to even be in the situation. It's taken a crisis to where President Trump got to issue executive orders and change this and change that. Does it really take all of that to get us to step up and follow the Most High if we're following the Most High?
Good point.
Shouldn't these things, come on now, if you've been following the Most High for years, right? Shouldn't these things always been in place? Come on now. And that goes back to what I was saying. You look at somebody's household, how can you gonna run a church? How you gonna run a business? How you gonna run a country and your household is out of order? I'm just trying to make a point. It's simple. If you can't handle managing a household, you can't handle managing anything outside of that household.
That's correct.
This is facts. Sometimes you got to take days off. Sometimes you got to work extra. Sometimes you got to delay. Sometimes you got to reschedule stuff. Sometimes you got to be open to this and this and that. You can't just be running. I'm the man. Everything's going. It don't work like that. You want the woman to compromise. You want the woman to compromise. Like in Ephesians. You want her to love her husband. Just like Christ. But yet you can't give yourself like Christ did for the church. Meaning you ain't giving yourself for your wife, you or your lady. You ain't giving yourself for your kid or your children. You don't make those sacrifices. Sometimes children just need the time. Sometimes they just need the okay. Sometimes they just need that little extra. Sometimes your lady need that little extra. How many men are actually really making that sacrifice?
Not too many, man.
They not doing it. They don't care. It's not in them.
He's admitting it because he knows. I'm not saying I want him. Everybody gonna speculate I want him kicked out. No, that's not my ill intention. The Most High said to speak it because he needs to hear the message. See, when somebody send me a message, I'm gonna take heed. I'm gonna look into what the person is saying. I'm not gonna ignore it because I know about this situation. I've been through it. I know. I was just telling a lady I'm cool with. Shout out to her husband. And I say, I know when a woman is done with me. I know. I testified that when they have that quiet talk and it looks like it's decided, it's not decided. It's over. He knows. He got a short time. He knows. The entity knows. That's why he was, whatever he was taking, he's like scratching his head, like he can't look straight because he knows. He can't debunk what I said.
You know, like it's just like even how his setup is temporary right now.
Yeah,
Notice,
it's not set up properly. No.
no, you notice how that lion of Judah was like behind him. Now it's beside him. It's like he just tried to come in. I got a little, let me just set this up right here. And I know people say, okay, you reaching, you doing too much.
No,
No,
you're not
those little
reaching.
things tell everything. Y'all heard of garbology, where you can study somebody's garbage and learn everything about them? Come on now.
Yeah, no, that's facts. Yep.
So they're the little things tell a lot. And so he don't even have like a big permanent setup. He's trying to make it seem like it, but he's not doing the things. I can tell you right now, again, we're in Georgia. Again, y'all seen the snow all across the South or what have you, different states, different areas.
Mm-hmm.
Either none of them are in that house except for him, like maybe he's in that house by himself. Because it ain't making sense with his availability and how he's going
Maybe the other
about it.
ones is at that warm townhouse.
Could be. They could be. I mean, what type of schooling are these kids getting? See, y'all got to understand, if they're not enrolled in public education, okay, then he's homeschooling them. How are they getting homeschooled? Who's helping them? They got stuff like, and then they're in school. So then when they get done, they want to be fun. They want to have fun. Then they got daddy in the house now. Y'all got to really think about the practicality of this.
Yep.
Daddy's in the house now. Daddy wasn't in the house before. So daddy's here. We want to spend time with daddy. Daddy, 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 daddy. And this is a new thing. He just got custody. It's not like he had custody for months and months and months, been years and years and years. He just got custody. So
Mm-hmm.
how come all these 6 and 8 kids ain't pulling on that? How come his lady ain't like, can you help me with this baby? Come on now. It's just seem like he got no late nights. All the kids are sleeping. I guess the Most High is just really showing up in his household, taking care of the kids for him. It does not make sense. So for him to be talking about how we need to move in terms of relationship dynamics with women and men and families and all this, he's not in a position to properly speak on this.
Yeah. Taking care of house. Let me say this, man. Just me. You got people here, man. Just in particular, man, it takes a lot to take care of a house, man. A lot. A lot, y'all. Like when I was in the studio, it was, yeah, a few things here and there. No, this. So when I finally get my own place, I will not even have the time to do what I really want to do, even though I'm going to make do of it because I'm going to be to myself for now. Now, if I do get a partner in the future, I do. In the meantime, it's just me. So I think he was just used to doing things himself. Yet when I stayed with one in the house, man, there was times I had to, deal with her. I can't concentrate as what I want to on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's sacrifice, man. And I don't think he's used to doing this.
He's not doing what Ephesians 5 says, giving himself like Christ did for the church and die for that. That's what Christ did. He died for us to have everlasting life, to be forgiven of our sins, etc., etc. You got to make sacrifice. You're gonna be like, man, it's killing me, man. You're gonna like, man, dog, she killing me. You know, sometimes you hear, the bros say that. Man, she killing me. She like, hey, sometimes that's what you gotta do. You gotta put in that work. I mean, you want her to work for you. You want her to be there, but you ain't willing to put in that work. So that's what the Most High is saying. Look, now things got to be balanced.
Yep.
The prayers of women are getting answered. See, I find it ironic in all of the Kamala Harris bashing, all of the like, oh, this and this and that. Now these men got to step up and do stuff in the household like women. They got to be there. Come on now. Y'all like Trump's the man, he passed this, it's changing everything. No, it's changing everything for y'all. For me, it don't change nothing. It ain't changed nothing whether Kamala, Biden, Trump, I don't care who's the president. It ain't changing nothing for me because I already been doing this. Men like me, we been doing this. This don't change. With all this executive order stuff, don't change a thing in my household. But for those brothers that ain't been doing it, running around on the internet and out here in public talking about, yeah, I'm the man, I'm doing it. Come on now, we seeing the true colors. No more illusions. So you see that's... Go ahead, Rollo.
No, my fault. Go ahead, finish.
I was just saying, you're seeing on his platform that more guys like him are coming out. And I don't want to say that that's a bad thing because... Let me just say this so Rollo can say what he needs to say, because obviously this is his platform. Our intentions for doing this, holding him accountable, talking about all this, breaking this down, is for this man to get right with the Most High. Okay? Don't nobody want to see the man kicked out in the cold. Don't want to see that man lose everything. He's steadily lying, bearing false witness on us, trying to say we want to see him, unalived, and we want to see this happen to him. No, we don't want to see none of that happen to him. We don't.
Even though he tried that on us, yet we don't want that to happen, right?
Facts. So what we want to see happen is that he get right, so that all of those brothers coming to his platform, might I add you the sisters as well, also get right and move in one accord according to the Most High. But instead, he's not doing that. So this is some short-lived. He has a kumbaya moment right now, his, with this live chat and all of that. But if he does not change, then all of this is short-lived. This is in vain.
Yep. I'm gonna say this, right? The dating market, man, it's not like it was back in the days, right? And he should teach these men one thing, like, yo, man, I messed up. That's confirmation. I messed up. Yo, don't be like me, because you don't know I did a lot of things I'm not proud of. This is my first time actually trying to be a father in my whole entire life. Yeah, I know I did things to the brothers and sisters. I stole people's stuff, and it's coming on to me, but don't follow my ways, because it can lead you to a pathway of hell. I mean, truth of the matter is. And I think what's happening, Brainwavezz, is the Most High, man, he wants to be together. Not with him. We ain't going to be chilling. No. We done with him. No. We're not going back to that. No. Even Brainwavezz said it too. No. We done with him. What I'm saying is that people that's over there, man, you got to hold them accountable, because the Most High is watching the chat. The angels, it's a lot of things going on, man. And I'm going to tell you, ever since I've been back down here, man, even the people that can't stand me respect me. Why? Because I've been staying on the swivel. I've been staying on point. And I think women, whether it's our moms, sisters, aunts, we be saying things as men and we don't come through. But now that we come and do, I think it's really hitting them now. Like them brothers is coming through. And I think what's choking him up even more than anything is seeing me back down here because he didn't think this is gonna happen. So now it's like he like, Dad, man, after all I did to that guy, what I did to Ringo and Brainwavezz, to the ladies in the past, the present, and recently, they doing their thing. But God, you brothers got family, you and Ringo. I don't. And I respect y'all because you go about it the right way. He don't go about it the right way. Martin Mister don't go about it the right way. He's on that route too. He's on that trajectory, man. This is. Well, one thing Ringo talked about what Coach Greg Adams off a little bit off subject. He spoke some truth, man. These women's about their business. They about their business, Brainwavezz. These women's about their business, man.
Facts.
Well, I seen this. I didn't even talk. Nah, I'm gonna be real. It was this fine sister picked me up today, took me to the site. Fine, my regular driver, he was under the weather. So they brought me. I was just saying hello to her. I'll give her a tip or whatever. Man, she got this bad. She was bad. And it dawned on me. I said, man, Ringo was talking about other content creators jump on and talked about it. But men gotta step up. These women ain't playing. They ain't thinking about love right now, man. They're not thinking about that. Anyway,
no.
That incapacitated man is real, man. It's here. These women is getting to it, man, down here, man. This Florida, man. I'm well. Man.
See,
I think Nubreed's trying to find love.
Mike, again.
This is not the time, man. Go ahead, man.
I'm gonna piss some brothers off. See, it's again, it's like what Coach Greg Adams said. Andrew Tate tried to say it.
Yeah, even Andrew Tate. Yep.
Ringo obviously say it. Rollo just said
Alpha
it.
male strategist.
Yeah,
even he said it.
Let me just say this. See, a lot of guys right now, like Nubreed, he's trying to push this whole, polygyny this, polygyny that. That's because he's quote unquote focused on love. All right? These women ain't focused on that. They not focused on that. You see? And I'm not saying that it can't happen, and I'm not saying that that's where we need to go. But it's like, that's not our focus right now. And just because these so-called Trump executive orders and laws, whatever bills, whatever you want to call them, all the above are being passed and will be passed, it doesn't mean that we can just double down in that direction. You see, we got work to do. And just like the saying, men are focused on love, women are focused on business. We got to get down to business as men. You see, the ladies are looking at us like, and they've been looking. I talk to women all day, every day. I know this stuff. They tell me this stuff about other guys. I don't be asking for this. I just hear them say this. They share things with me. And they're always saying they're waiting for this guy. And when I talk about guys, I'm talking about guys that are winning out here. Like, you'll look at them. These are the guys that's like, they getting it. They got the bag. They got the status. They got the reputation. They're successful, right? Let alone the bums and all the other type of guys. They be like, these guys ain't putting in work where they need them to put in work. Right? They're stuck there. They're stubborn there. They refuse to deal with that. Because they don't think they need to, because they're winning. But see, just like we focus on the outside of our body, we got to focus on the inside of our body. You see, if you focus on the outside of your temple of the Holy Spirit, but you don't focus on the inside, you're not focused completely in your health and on your health. You're unhealthy. So what's happened is a lot of guys throughout the time frame have always focused on the outside. See, that's why I brought up that example of President Trump's family situation. Nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody's scared. They don't want to get canceled, blah, 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 blah. But it's just some things I want y'all to pay attention to. Where's all the love? Where's the, uh, you only see appearances when Melania has to appear. The president, the real hardcore presidential stuff. Nobody's really talking about that. The issues with the family. Why? Because it's been so much focus on the outside. And again, Trump is winning on the outside. Obviously, he won the elections, he won in a lot of areas. But is he winning on the inside? And so this is something with a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys been focused on
Yep.
winning on the outside. You hear these messages, win on the outside, but nobody's talking about winning on the
Yep.
inside. You see, if you don't take care of the inside on
Gonna
the
look
outside, it doesn't
nasty.
matter.
Very
That's
nasty.
why,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. That's why this guy here on the camera right now is spiritually leaking out. He's spiritually bleeding out because he's all focused on the outside. How everything looks on the outside, what's going on the outside. I'm gonna do my videos here. I'm gonna move like this. I'm gonna talk about this. It's all the
Yep.
outside. It's all
Yep.
external and not focusing on the inside.
Correct.
Come on now.
Brainwaves, man. This 29th, since I came back down here to now, be almost a month, man. Man, that love stuff is out the window, man. It's the business, man. Yo, man, these ladies, wherever you at, ladies, in whatever state you in all seriousness, like y'all they get, some of you getting into it. Like in Brainwaves, the ladies that do, show me some signals, they like, when you ready, we can have the conversation. Like that's the look they giving me. And I'm just like, let me just do what I gotta do. They're not in the rush. I'm not in the rush. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, yo, man, it's just too much stuff going on, man. And I think sometimes people, we have I had a tendency of doing it back in the days, and you kind of rush into things, or the person want to rush into because you got that, sensation and thing, man. Man, I think it's out of me, man. Because like the old me, I would have been like, I would have did what I was supposed to do. But I think what's happening, like what the Most High is doing, like He don't want me in that situation right now. He like, yo, I got you down here. Get your stuff together. Get that car. Get that place. Build your character. Build your strength. You lost a lot of weight. You did what you're supposed to do. People will applaud you who's supposed to applaud you. Even the secret haters is applauding. So I came a long way, man. Anyways, when I look at that video of me and Charlotte, I was literally in tears, bro. I had to hide my tears. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
no,
was
I
in
understand.
love,
And
bro,
and
with the wrong
nothing's
thing, man. That wasn't me, man.
I mean, the thing is, life is about lessons,
Mhm.
like I say all the time. And you learned from it and you grew from it and you made progress and it shows. This is what we be talking about. Like, we have to
Yeah.
progress forward. When you look at what happens in a person's
Can I show you
life,
the
it
clip
should reflect
real
that.
quick?
Absolutely.
Let's show
Yeah,
you.
let's show it.
This is funny. Here we go.
Pay attention to the time zone. I need for you to pay attention to the time zone. I'm in the number one city in America. It's called Orlando, Florida. Yeah, I'm chilling.
Hold on,
And
let
I'm
me the music
okay.
off.
Everybody out there gotta be okay. Do not be dealing with these entities at all because they are losing their mind. You know how these fellas and ladies are the paparazzi. We ain't got time for the paparazzi. The paparazzi's losing their mind. I'm chilling in the crib, in the house now. And are you really, really okay? You know who we talking about. Is they really okay? No, they really not. They losing their minds. They losing their rabbit minds. You tune into Floridian Rallo. Brown royalty to the people, we the business. Man, I lost a lot of weight there.
Yeah,
Man.
man. I mean, it shows. Do you see
Hmm.
what I'm saying? You put in that inner work and it
Mm-hmm.
shows. This is what I've been trying to say. A lot of people try to put outer
Yeah.
work in and it's not showing. It look because you just see
Yeah.
the outside. The inner work, put that inner work in, all the outside stuff's
Yeah.
gonna be good. It's gonna manifest, it's gonna reflect that. When you don't put in that inner work, it's gonna
Yeah.
reflect on the outside. And so that's why stuff be out, stuff don't be looking right. And a lot of people think that because so many people focus on the outside, and as men, we are naturally predisposed to that. Society has us to where you build on the outside, you go on the outside, you focus on your work, you bring this home, you do this, and then you let the woman take care of everything on the inside. But see, where we're at right now, things have to be balanced. That's why the spirit of Elijah is moving on these men. Now these men got to focus on the inside of
Yeah.
the house. That's why women are all about their business. They trying to get it. But see, a lot of men was trying to keep them down and keeping them from getting it. And that's not biblical because in the Garden of Eden, Eve was right there working
Correct.
with Adam. It wasn't. Come on now, like somebody talk to me for real now. Let's have some real church. Let's have
Yep.
some real Bible. Eve was right there in the Garden of Eden. The Most High didn't say, and Eve is here, and you sit there and you only work in the kitchen and you only tend to the children and you only just sit here and do that. You only top him off and that's it.
Exactly.
No, she was out there right there
Yep.
with him. That's why the Most High said, you're a helpmate. He was out there helping him win. What does Ringo talk about? You need to get with these sisters about their business. They out there trying to work and grind. But see, the problem with how New Demon's been moving, and a lot of men that think like him, they said, nah, go put the woman down. Go sit her ass down. Let her sit in the kitchen. Let her sit in the house. Let her sit with these kids. Let her sit on my pipe. That's the only thing she good for. Just let her sit on my pipe and that's it. She can't be out here getting it. Her place need to be in the house. If she out there getting it, she gonna be corrupted by the world. You really think that low of the woman you with, that she's gonna be that corrupted in the world? I mean, after all, the Most High had Eve right there, every place that Adam went, even to the point where when she was talking to the devil, talking to the serpent, Adam was right there. So that means if she was out and about, if she was at the club, if she was somewhere where she don't need to be,
Correct.
Adam was right there where he didn't
Correct.
need to be. So Eve was right there everywhere where Adam was. Now, I'm not saying you got to have your lady up under you and you got to do this, but what this means is that in terms of helping you as a man, your woman out there trying to
Correct.
get it, she might have contacts, she might be grinding, she doing this, she's being
Yep.
supportive. And we got to stop domineering over women thinking that, because me personally, that's not a man. Any man that got to be like, I got to slap my woman around, I got to tell her she can't do this and can't do that. You ain't a man. Because a woman know her place. She know what she's supposed to do and not do. She know how to speak to a man. But she's not going to act like that if she ain't in the presence of a man.
Correct.
Come on now. So when you get disrespected, that's because you ain't leading right. It's just like a supervisor on the job. If that supervisor or manager or whatever ain't leading the job right, the employee's going to disrespect that
Yep.
supervisor. But when that supervisor is leading right, doing right, that manager's leading right and doing right, the employees are happy. They's like, man, he doing this, she doing that. Man, I got a good supervisor. I got a
Right.
good boss. I got a good manager. They leading right. They taking care of me. They looking like everything's good. They helping me out. Like I
Correct.
feel good. I'm good. So see, it's a re-education here. And that's what we're doing as elders with these
Yep.
younger brothers. Because it's a lot of folks that look up to him. But see, the problem is, just like how people older than us can tell us, I won't say tell us what to do, but can help guide us and make sure we're moving right and we listen, he ain't listening.
Hmm.
So the things have been out of order, and he's trying to change what's really happening under the Trump leadership and administration right now. He's trying to make it look one way when it's actually speaking of something else.
Exactly.
We got to do that work. I've been talking about this since 2020. Everybody held their breath. Nope. Everything's open. I can go back out here and distract myself, have fun, get into this, get into that. We had issues. So now we got that
Right.
work to do. And It's not that women need to do that work. I'm not saying that they don't need to do work. Women do have work to do, but the problem is they've been
Correct.
doing the work.
Correct.
That's why they about that
Yep.
business now. Every woman you just about meet, you got to look at even the gold digger, even the 304,
True.
right?
True. True.
The
True.
ratchet, the
True.
hood chick.
True.
She's about her business because she said, if I'm going to engage with a man, if I'm going to
She
engage with
know
this
what she get
potential
herself
business
into. Yep.
partner, yep, I got to get these resources. I'm going to do this so she can grow her business.
They take
Come on
risks
now,
than
somebody
most
talk.
men take risks. I'm not saying to overdo it.
Yep.
They just man. Yeah.
So we got to step it up in the areas that women would actually respect
Yep.
us. And that's why a lot of men, if you want respect in the household, you got to earn that respect in the
It's not
household.
about how much money
So if
either.
you
That
ain't putting in no
helps.
work,
That helps. Let's not play. It helps.
yes.
It's just that
Oh yeah.
she wants to see you a little bit more, and she gets that you got to go out, take care of this, take care of that. You got to give her 15% of your time per day. Most men can't do that because they're not used to that conversation. They don't want to hear what her side of the story. You know, there's times you don't want to be bothered, of course. You know, you're gonna be in your own
Of course.
room. She'll be in her own room, in her chamber. And at the same time, man, you gotta appreciate that person being in your face because sometimes nobody wants to be in nobody's face.
True. For real. I mean, that's what's going on now. It's getting us to refocus, but I think a lot of men are looking at this as an
Yep.
excuse. And that's why a lot of women were upset under the Trump leadership and what's happening. That's why they were upset when they found out, oh, he's winning and this is going on, because they see that, man, these men ain't going to be pulling their weight and being about their business in the areas that's needed. They going to use this as more of an excuse to not do it. So there's like, oh, man, all that work we've been trying to do in that progress, it's all done now.
You
It's all
know,
done. They've
the
been
Most
trying to
High
talk. They've been
the
trying to
Most
say this. They've
High
been
is
trying to
in
do this.
control of good and evil. He's in control of all things, and now the men got no excuse. The men ain't got no excuse because the woman pulling back, they chilling.
Facts.
So we're gonna play a few minutes of
Facts.
this, y'all. We're gonna close it out because I know Brainwaves will do a South Cassidy channel tomorrow. We're gonna talk about something similar to this tomorrow with a uh with a relationship thing type of thing. Let me
Yeah.
see. Okay, let's go back to the video. Play a couple of more minutes of this.
To make sure that we choose our mates wisely. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in a big button and smile. You got to make sure that y'all's values are aligned. The family that y'all have to have the same values, or that dichotomy is going to change immediately. And it's the family structure courage to get up here and speak your.
You see what I'm saying? But
Yep. We can't be like women and do things and not have no accountability for it. So the fact that that brother came on and he was talking about what he went through and he overcame that, look, a lot of us brothers been through that, bro. A lot of us been through that. So especially if you come from certain cities in the inner city and whatever the case is, you gotta learn. Some of us just had to learn the hard way, right? But that was a good testimony there. But now I want y'all to keep in mind, we're gonna stick to the subject though. I know people want to come up, give their personal testimonies. That's all cool. We let that one go right there. I was hearing the brother out. I could see he had it on his mind. I let him speak it out. But if you coming on the platform, it's three things we talking about. Number one, these Trump um, these Trump executive orders, the Elon Musk, Hell Hitler, or this new law with child support, right? What do you think? What are your thoughts on it, right? But let's go. I'm gonna bring Brother Darby in. Long time no see, Brother Darby. What is popping? What's going
What's up,
on
my
with
brother? How you doing?
Hey, salute. What's good? Hey, I'm
Man,
doing
man,
great, brother.
it's
How are
been a
you?
minute. Man, I'm doing good. I think it might be a slight delay. Um, but yeah, so a couple of things, when it comes to the new child support law, I think that's great.
Hmm.
Man,
Yes,
I
sir.
pay like I pay like $900 a month in child support.
Right, right.
And it's real expensive and really it's just a money grab.
Hmm.
And the way I think about it, the way I feel about it, I know everybody has their own situation. A lot of people want to keep the courts out of the situation and say, "Hey, this is what we're going to do." My only concern with that and why I didn't choose to go that route
Hmm.
is because of a thing called back pay. So
Yeah.
you got a kid for 18 years.
Hmm.
From 0 to 10, you might be cool with the mom. Now all of a sudden the
Right.
mom want to put you on child support. Now you got to do back pay 10 years. That's
Man.
going to passport, travel, all that. So
Hmm.
that's a little scary.
Yes, it
Um,
is. It is.
yeah, man. So like, bro, I know you wanna just stick with his testimony. So
Mm. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that what he just did. He's scared. There's no faith. He got these
Fear.
people in.
He didn't correct the like he didn't correct the brother. He didn't encourage the brother.
Oh,
Um, see y'all, this is what we be talking about. He just here it is in one moment. The brother Darby or whatever had a moment of maybe he felt encouraged. We'll just say he had a moment of
yeah.
feeling encouraged, and then it was like, and so when it was down, he ain't actually picking that brother up. You see what I'm saying? Like he just keeping his brother down, and this is bad because let me just say this. Let me say this real quick, and I know Rollo got to chime in. Let me say this. Truth be told, as if everything else I've been saying hasn't been the truth told. Women don't want to put their man on
Mm-hmm.
child support.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just make this clear. Women do not want to put their
I
man
agree
on
with that one
child
million
support.
percent.
They have no choice when they do that.
Mm-hmm.
If you are doing what you're supposed to do, if you're moving the way you're supposed
Mm-hmm.
to move, one, generally a woman will not put you on child support because you're handling business, you're taking care of the child. Remember what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in the household, not outside of the household. So you got to take care of kids in the household, not only when it's time to go out, not only when it's time to pick them up. See, that's what a lot of
Mm-hmm.
brothers been doing. A lot of brothers been focused on outside
Mm-hmm.
external factors, not the
Right.
internal factors. So when you taking care of those internal factors, the women, they like, oh, he's good. He's taking care of the internal factors. Hell, he's here just as much as me. He's here more than me. He wants to have custody, like he's there. I'm not saying it should be like a competition fest and like a
Right.
tit for tat, but I'm just making a point there that like the dad
Yep.
is there. So she like, why am I gonna put him on anything? But see, when you not there in those areas, that's when the women like, okay, I gotta put you on something because in one way or another, you're going to show up. So what happens is your money
Yep.
shows up on the inside for
Yep.
those kids. That's what's going on. So for this brother to have this fear, he's not being encouraged in the right way to not even think that way. Because if he does what he needs to do, that situation would never
Correct.
even happen. I guarantee you, guarantee is a big
Right.
word now. I know what I'm saying. I guarantee you, if all these brothers show up on the inside of the house, not the outside of the house, show up on the inside of the house for that lady. You ain't got to be trying to knock it down. You ain't got to be trying to, like, show up the way she
Yep.
needs you to show up. Watch what's going to happen. Watch how women respond. You're going to be shocked. But see, new breed here is not leading and not doing this that way. So, how could he teach and lead men on how to do it that way when he's not
Yep.
doing it that way. Come on now. He just want to get a bunch of women. He just want to be in love. I got like 10 wives, 100 wives. I'm focused on having all these wives. That ain't what the
No,
ladies
they're
focused
not.
on. They 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 focus on
They are.
business. Let's go, Rollo.
All right, let's continue to hear what they say. All right, let's get to it. How you doing, Ethereal? I want to say, Sister
Oh, what's up,
Amon, thank you for the
Ethereal?
support. Thank you for the support behind the scenes. I appreciate it, sis. And y'all be safe out there in New York. Ethereal, we're gonna reply to your question. That's interesting. You brought that up. That's very interesting. Ethereal, we got. I can't wait till we talk about that 2025 dating stuff. Oh, we're gonna have a ball. All right. And I'm not talking about we're gonna have a blast. It's gonna be an interesting topic. You gonna be what do you mean? Pause, pause, pause. All right, let's get to it.
I'm not gonna get into mine, but I definitely have a story to tell about, my child supporting situation. But
No,
you know,
you know what? We're gonna let you go, Darby. You go ahead and
okay,
do it. Yeah, speak your mind,
all right.
brother.
Well,
Speak your mind.
I come from third generation of, you marry your first wife and you stay with her. So I
Hmm.
watched my grandfather, my aunts, my uncles, my great grandparents. They married one wife, and it was all cool.
Hmm.
And it's kind of the old school. So I got married at 18, kind of old school myself. I was really trying to do the right thing, found a young lady that I really
Hmm.
cared for. I impregnated her. I filled her head with all of these dreams for us. So I'm
Right.
like, let me see this through. Man, I was a car salesman, wasn't making any money. I'm from Memphis. I actually moved to Atlanta. So I went from at 18 making nothing to 21 making six figures. And by
Nice.
23, we kind of went our separate ways. And you know,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I talked about this. I gotta talk about this brainwaves.
Bring it,
Oh,
Rollo.
I didn't know. I didn't expect him to. He said 18. He didn't make 921. What was it, 21? He said he started becoming six figures.
Yeah, and
You
then by
got it.
23, if I'm not mistaken, she left.
Oh,
Y'all thinking money's the reason why these women only want to
I
be
think
around.
well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say something, y'all. I had a woman told me why she left me. She said you did everything well, but you were so focused on what you was doing, and then there was times I was trying to get you to, calm down a little bit, and you didn't want to calm down. I think what happens is when we reach that goal, they can't stay around brainwaves.
Mm.
I'm gonna say this to you, brother. And Ringo, if you're watching in the clouds, when a man is under 5,000 a month, you get the best loving, you get the best caring. When you get over 5,000 a month, and this happened to me even during the time I stayed with old girl, 2022. When I started making 1,000 or more, the shift in her face started to change. But when I started not having that much, everything was good. I think the more a man makes, even if he's righteous, the harder she's going to stay with. She's not going to stay too long, unfortunately. Think about the situation. I had a lady in Jamaica for 4 years. We had our situations. There was times I was there. There was times I wasn't there, and then I was being consistent for the first time in a long time, and that could push a woman away. Most women won't admit it, but when a man is consistent, it pushes them away because they're used to the guy that wasn't getting anything. Notice what he said. He wasn't getting anything. Everything was good. When he started getting everything, they went their separate ways. because there's other people involved. I'm gonna say this, Brainwaves. What I do right now, currently, right? I'm not gonna say what it is, but you heard the conversations. Y'all heard it. You hear the ladies, you hear customers, you hear
Yes.
different people. Ringo said something that really stick with me. He said, when Rollo become a millionaire, it's gonna be harder for people to reach out to him. I'm at that point, Brainwaves. Like I could bring any woman here now in the month or two. It's just that I'm gonna do it when I have it, and while they get to enjoy it, but it's like my fun to them may not be the fun they're looking for. I think the brother was shocked. We'll hear more of it. But Brainwave, when you look at Brainwaves, look at Nubreed. He don't look like he's interested in this.
No,
Um, because
no.
Darby looked like a solid dude. Not saying he's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked straight.
He
Yeah,
looked
it
like he
like,
really
yeah,
wanted to
just
bring her. But I think sometimes, man, we get with a lady or a lady get with us. And Ringo said it. It's a season with most women, man. It is. It is, man. It's a lot of seasoned women out here. I could get with a woman any given time, and it could be 2, 3 months. She gone, disappear, do Houdini on me. Look at the most of the athletes. They set.
yeah,
He get an extra million. She gone, and she'll go with a guy that's a work at the laundromat.
that's true. That's true. But what I want to add to, again, there's a missing element with that, because one of the things I was saying is that, again, what we didn't hear, maybe he's gonna say it with
Mm-hmm.
brother Darby in a lot of situations. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean, of course, it depends on who you got with and what her mindset is. But a lot of it too is we are winning on the outside, but are we winning on the
Mm-hmm.
inside? You see, when brothers don't, they not winning on the outside, so to speak, right? I'm just going to use this as
Mm-hmm.
an exact
Mm-hmm.
opposite example. So when you're not winning on the outside, you focus on the inside. So you there in the house, you doing this because you ain't winning out there. You ain't getting no money. You ain't doing this. You ain't growing. You're not successful, et cetera, et cetera. But once you start getting that success on the outside, she like, well, you gone out there. You was here at first. Now you gone. You ain't checking in enough. Every time I turn around, you gone. So it's that fine line, and I wonder if when we hit that level of success, are we focused again on being successful in the
That's
household?
true.
A lot of men don't see
That's
that as a
true. No, that's
priority.
true.
They like,
You
um, and I think that's a part of the balance, because
you're
everything
right.
is balance. It's not so much that we getting it because we supposed to get it. We're men. I mean, no woman really in her idea, whether she's ratchet or she's classy or she's righteous or wicked or what have you, no woman really goes into any type of situation. Yeah, I'm gonna be hanging around men. I'm gonna date a man. I want to be with a man. I'm gonna marry a man that just ain't successful. The successful is relative. Somebody could make $100 million and that person's not considered successful to a billionaire. The
Yeah,
list
correct,
goes on
correct,
and on and
correct.
on.
Yep.
So it's relative, but so they go in expecting the man to be successful, but again, it's a fine line. And these are some of the things that I don't think people are really focusing on, because they may lack experience with that, and or they're not around. So like with me, I've been around men that make millions and millions
Mm-hmm.
of dollars, and they have successful
Yep.
marriages. They have a wife, they have wives, they have children. They're not divorced. They've been married for 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever,
Right.
50 plus years. Um, So I've seen men that get it, men of other cultures as well. It ain't just Christian, Hebrew, Bible. I'm talking about men, period. Um, they've mastered that
Yeah,
art. They've mastered
yeah.
that balance, and so they're winning. They're women, their wife or wives, they're happy. The kids are like everybody's essentially happy. So what I'm hearing here is that the brother's like, dang, I ain't got no money. It's an issue, issue, issue. I'm losing. I ain't got nothing. I'm a loser. Let me be a winner. Let me go out here and get it. And that's why I get on New Breed so much because I see that same thing with him. He's so focused on I'm getting it, I'm getting it, I'm trying to get it. Let me do this, let me do that instead of letting the Most High put you to
I
where you
agree
need
with
to
that.
be. See, when the Most High
Yep.
elevates you, it's going to be righteous. It's going to be just. It's
Right.
going to be balanced. You're not going to have to compensate. But what happens is we try to elevate in our own flesh. We try to elevate to fulfill our pride,
Right.
fulfill our lust, fulfill other people. All that it's sin based and it's also
True.
fear
True.
based.
True.
Like this brother Darby, what it sounds like, man, I ain't getting the money. I ain't no man. Other folks ain't gonna look like me, man. My woman ain't looking at me like I'm a man. I need to get it. It's fear based, not righteous base. Did he decide to go out and get that money and make that six figures because the Most High told him to? Or because his fear told him to, which is the devil told him to?
Mm.
And what happens is,
Mm.
this is what I tell people. A lot of times you look at content creators, they look successful, they getting the views, they getting the likes, they getting the money. You thinking that God is blessing them. No, the devil blessed
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. This is great. This is a great
So what I'm
conversation, man. This
saying,
is great balance. Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
deep. So what I want us all to focus on is exactly that. Just because you're making money, is it balanced? Like for instance, a lot of wealthy guys, they suck when it comes to their relationships with
Yep.
dealing with women. So are those guys, yeah, you got the money, you got the stuff. You might be able to take her here, give her that part of
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
outer
Yeah. Yep.
experiences. But can you give her the energy? Are you good in the bedroom? Do you know how to talk to her? You know how to make her feel a
Well,
certain
let
way?
me ask you
And does
this
she
question.
feel
Now,
safe?
I'm glad you mentioned that. Now, that's a good point. What if there's no connection there? Is it could because she's not saying she's not interested in you in that level? Could it be that let's say you try to get to that intimacy and it's not there on your part? What could it be? Could it be she's hiding something, or you're being protected for various reasons, or she's being protected for various reasons, or it could be a spiritual thing not fully there, so to say. Let's say, for example, I'm
Uh,
not supposed to be dealing with anything that's Ibarasi, right?
right,
And I talk
right.
to someone or talk to women in the future. That's what I mean, talk to someone. Women in the future, she seems like she's on point and everything. And we get to that point, and I can't do the fulfillment. Nothing is wrong with me. It could be whoever she was dealing with back then, or it could what could it be? Because some I've been through that, man. Twice in my one time in my life. I don't know, man. It's like what's going on, especially if you never had that issue before. What would you say?
Well, it's a combination of the factors that you mentioned, but I want to try to narrow it
Mm-hmm.
down. Besides just talking about the
Mm-hmm.
combination, a lot of times we think we're equally yoked and we're not.
Oh.
We might look at this, look at that. It seemed like the right person, the right circumstance, the
Mm.
right time, but we not. See, and what happens in today's age is so many things that complicate these matters.
So
Complicates
be
the
be
clarity.
clarity of not equally yoked. Be more specific to the listening audience that may be going through it because I've been through it, and I'm like, wait a minute, is something wrong with me? And I don't think it's nothing wrong with me. So you're saying equally yoked, meaning that the person is not ready, or you as the man is not ready to deal with the woman, or the woman is not ready to deal with you on that level.
Well, it's not even about, I'm going to try to explain it as simplistic as I can. It's not even about either party being
Okay.
ready. It's just a flat out mismatch. For instance, let me give a scenario. You could see somebody at a
Mm-hmm.
party that you might match at the party on a physical level, but there's a mental mismatch or an emotional
Oh,
mismatch or
that's
spiritual
true.
mismatch. For instance, maybe you believe in the Bible and maybe that woman is a devil worshiper and you didn't know that because y'all didn't get to know each other and you didn't show that side. And one thing when it comes to relationships, you could be with somebody for years. Let me tell you, you can be married to
Mm.
somebody for years and you still don't know
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
person.
Say that again.
So
Say that again. I
so
said that a long
let
time
me
ago.
repeat this. You can be married to somebody for 20, 30, 40, 50 years and still don't know that
Mm-hmm.
person. So if you're dating
Mm-hmm.
somebody, if you're living with somebody, that's your baby mama, baby daddy, you're like, well, we've been together for 6 months, a year, 2, 3 years. That don't mean nothing. That doesn't mean that you're equally yoked just because you have a
Uh-oh.
child together.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That doesn't
Uh-oh.
come on now. Just because when this is with New Breed, this is the scenarios that he learning. See, he learning this the hard way. He just said it on the video. See, everything this brother going through, the Most High sent people like me in his life to be able to help this man become a better man and God. But in his pride, in his sin nature, just like Lucifer Morningstar,
Yep.
he's gonna go down.
Mm.
You know why? Because he refuses to humble himself. And now he's trying to teach other brothers like he's in that position to actually guide them. And he doesn't have the receipts to do it. He's looking at the outer. Well, I practice polygyny. I've got this. I've got that. Bro, you just not even getting into a spot to even try to look like you got that. You ain't been in that space. People in society out in the public, real movers and shakers will look at you and see straight through you. You look like new money. You don't look like old
Uh-oh.
money.
Uh-oh.
When folks look
Uh-oh.
at you and your relationships and what you're doing, you look like new money. You look foolish. Nobody take you seriously. That's why nobody's partnering with him. And see, his audience don't see that because they see him. He's there. He's the
Oh, that's
guy.
true. That's
They
true.
don't understand this.
Ooh-wee.
This is
Woo.
this is
Woo.
deep, y'all.
You
This
gotta
is
put this on
deep.
your channel, man. I'm telling
So
you, man. Ooh-wee.
I'm
Ooh.
gonna share it. I'm absolutely gonna save it.
Ooh-wee. Ooh.
Um, so this equally yoked thing is serious, and what happens is it take brothers like us to have this
Yes, sir. Yes,
conversation.
sir.
You see, when I speak, sisters, listen. Women, there's women in the chat right now. All the women in the chat ain't got no problem with me speaking right now. You don't see them. That ain't true. Not all women. Not you don't hear none
Oh,
of that. You don't hear
that
no
that don't happen
pushback.
no more over here.
All
Yep.
that don't happen over here. Okay? Because they know we spit that fire, that biblical fire. So what happens is these men need a re-education. See, we kind of got that back in the day. Our
Mm-hmm.
parents, our
Mm-hmm.
grandparents, on down our family tree. There's this brother here, the brother Darby, he was up there talking about, like the old school ways, he saw it work. Well, maybe they was more closer to getting what I'm talking about here. But see, along the way, we lost it. And it's a lot of people out here running around. They ain't getting it. That's why they not
Correct.
winning that way. Like I'm telling you, man, this we got to take more time when it comes to these things. Like what Newbury said, we got to be more selective with who we're actually getting with. Now, how do you be more selective? You need some time to figure that out. That's why we're not supposed to be rushing into
Yeah.
stuff. Russian laying up, Russian doing all this stuff. Because then what happens is you get tied up and you get invested in a situation that you think you need to stay and work on. This brother thought that he needed to stay in that situation because he had a child. That's what he said. He's like, well, I got a child, whatever. Let me go ahead and stay. Let me go do this. That's that old school mindset. You need to stay. You need to man up and do right, thinking that this is actually somebody that you really
Uh-oh.
supposed to be with. But see, we get in situations that we ain't supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be in.
Mm-hmm.
So in the end, in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to last. No matter what you put into it, no matter what you do, if it's not meant to be according to the Most High and His holy perfect will, it ain't gonna work out. And that's why we have so many relationships that just fail, situations that just fail. People trying to sustain it. They trying to front for the ground. They trying to make it look like this, and it
Mm,
ain't.
mm.
The math ain't mathing. This is where we see him at. New Breed trying to make it look like I got this loving. See, I see through this
Yep.
all day long. Can't nobody tell me that is the fakest relationship. They are arguing. They be fighting. There's
Mm-hmm.
disagreements. There's no equal. They are not
Mm-hmm.
equally yoked. See, in the beginning, it looked like they was equally
Mm-hmm.
yoked, but they weren't equally yoked. They got a child together. Again, that don't mean you're equally yoked. Come on now. That's what's wrong out here. And we need a
Mm-hmm.
re-education. And ain't nobody as a whole really talking about this. Yeah, that's
No,
another
she's
thing.
right.
Ethereal actually is
Yeah,
right
yeah, yeah.
about
She's
that.
right. She's right.
The chemistry. Yeah, yeah, you right, Ethereal. So the chemistry be off, but because she got that fatty, because she fine, or you got that child, or you already been invested. You done put in 2 months, 6 months, a year, whatever it is, whatever your time frame is to
Mm-hmm.
consider, okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
in this. You don't want to give up on your investment. You don't want to look stupid like you walked away from that. Do you know that people that's successful in business walk
True,
away from
true,
stuff
true,
all the
true,
time?
true.
They sell things they've created. They walk away from. Come on now.
No,
Somebody
that's
talk to
true.
me.
That's true.
So you mean to tell me us as men, we afraid to walk away from a
Ooh-wee.
situation? Come on now. You afraid to sell that woman off to another investor, another prospective buyer that can actually do right, that's more
I said the
qualified in that
same
situation for
thing.
that
I said the
particular
same
woman?
thing. Let her be.
Let her be, man. That ain't your
Ooh.
place. But out of your pride, you think that she just automatically supposed to follow suit because you the man. No, life don't work like that.
Mm.
Y'all need a re-education. Y'all need to listen to us elders,
True,
man.
man. This is. Ooh.
Come
Ooh.
and see, Newbury is not
He got
qualified.
his eyes closed.
Let me
Both
tell
of
you
them got
something,
their eyes closed. This is.
Br- brother Darby. If you seeing this message, hit a
Yeah,
real man up. Hit somebody that got the success
yeah,
story. Cause I'm gonna have you batting 100 when it comes to you
yeah.
and
Get on
whatever you want
Brainwaves
to get
live
into
stream. Yeah,
when
you
it
got to
comes.
get on Brainwaves, man. For real. All right, let's see what happens here.
He's n-
No one really talks about men being abused by women as much as
Mm.
they talk about women being abused by men. So,
Mm.
I'm 6 foot.
Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh.
Look at how he see. Look at him smiling. See, he getting off. So that means he being abused. See that?
We got
That
to
see
rewind back. Oh, this is
if
serious. Uh
he's
oh. Uh oh. We got to the gist of it. Uh oh. Uh oh. That abuse thing. Now, 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 now. There's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. There's some truth on both sides. There's some truth to that.
yep.
Women could be verbal abusive, and so can a man. Oh, yep.
You know what?
Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
Big
say
Pop.
this. There was a time in my life where I would be verbally abused by women. But you know what? That's because I wasn't a
Mm-hmm,
man.
mm-hmm.
I thought I was the man. I thought I was the man. I had other men telling me I was the man, but I wasn't the man. You see what I'm saying? So what happened is the definition of insanity, you're doing the same thing and you expect different results. Nah, I wasn't insane. I was like, okay, this gotta change. So what happened is I figured out
Yep.
what's what. I took the time, I put in the work. And so now I don't get verbally abused by women.
No, yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
As a
yeah.
matter of fact, I get more disrespect from men than I do to
That's
women.
true. That's true. That's true.
This is facts. Men disrespect me, quote unquote, out of hating or whatever it is they do, jealousy, the sinful stuff. Than women. Women don't disrespect me because they already know. It's like, okay, he put in the work. He give off those. He know what it is. Let me shit test him real quick. Okay, he passed the shit test.
Yeah, I
He
let them
doing
do.
this.
I like
Okay, I see.
you block me all that. Yeah, I may call 1, 2 times. Well, okay, yeah, I get the memo. Bye. They do all this. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Like I'm doing the Charleston, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, that's fast though.
So
Mm-hmm.
that abuse is because you're not the. See, let me tell you something. The abuse is the manifestation of what that man is. You see, we're co-creators
Yep.
with the Most High. We experience what we want to experience, what we believe we should experience. But the problem is the script is being written that way because we not writing it right. So that's how it's playing out in our lives. We think that everything is right on our end. Just like how, for instance, Nubreed think that everything with all the brothers and sisters, he's wrong. He think he in the right. He think the way he handled the situations in the right. Sometimes you ain't in
Mm-hmm.
the right. And you got to admit
Mm-hmm.
that. So if he can't admit that, then how do you think he's going to admit it when he's dealing with women? And so that's where that abuse comes out. Same thing with this brother here, brother Darby, based on what he said. I'm just going off
Mm-hmm.
of what he said. I know this man from tit from tat. This man had said that he went into this situation. He thought he wasn't the guy. He was trying to get the money. He probably like the woman was abusing him. The woman
Mm-hmm.
was abusing him. Now, I'm not saying that that didn't take place. If he's saying it took place, it must have taken place. But again, the problem is you got to be that man. Let me tell you something. A woman's not going to abuse you. You think that women are abusive just because a man ain't making money? I can't tell you how many women I've talked to that it ain't got nothing to do with money. So don't think that you getting abused as a man because, oh, you making money. Sometimes there's certain things you got to heal from. You got to grow. You got to learn. You got to step your weight up and step your game up
That's
in.
facts.
And we don't realize that. And if you're not under the mentor and the leadership of other men that have been there and done it and know that, you're going to repeat those generational curses. You're going to continue to be that same man that your daddy, that your granddaddy, and Sarah so and so is. And all the people you associate with. They gonna have abuse. They get verbally abused. That's what I've been saying all along. New breeds dealing when it comes to women. All he knows is abuse. So what does he do? He abuse women. He put them in situations where they get
Correct. Right.
abused. There's many ways that women get abused. I'm not saying you got to put hands on them.
Right.
That's not what
Right.
I'm talking
Right.
about. If people are a reflection of what they are and they attract what they are. So again, if you're a righteous man, you attract a righteous woman. If you're a wicked man, you attract a wicked woman. So if you are a man that is abusive, you're going to attract abuse. If you're
Right.
abusive to yourself, if you're abusive to others, if you're abusive to the Most High, again, there's many ways of being abusive. I'm not talking about putting
Mhm.
hands on nobody. I'm not excluding that, but
Right.
that's not what I'm talking about. So he's having these experiences. He's attracting brothers on his show that are having these experiences or have had these experiences. He's big upping that experiences. And that's why he's big up in this whole Trump thing right now. Because to him, he like, I'm about the men. This is our chance to ride on these women, put these women in a place. That's essentially what he's saying. No woman want to be down with that. They're going to rebel against that. That's why he's receiving that abuse because his way that he deals with women and treats women is
Yep. Yep.
abusive.
He's getting what's coming to him, indirectly or directly. All
Come
right.
on
Let's
now.
let's hear this play
Yes.
out for a couple of more minutes, and we're gonna go into it. And then we're gonna say our final says for now.
Wasn't making any money. I'm from Memphis. I actually moved to Atlanta. So I went from at 18 making nothing to 21 making six figures. And by
Nice.
23, we kind of went our separate ways. And no one really talks about men being abused by women as much as they talk about women being abused by men. So,
Mm.
I'm 6 foot, you got a girl 5 foot. No one will really believe that she like throwing stuff at you and hitting
Hit
you
you.
and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then some women, not all women, but some women, try to trump something up on you, call the police. Well, she did this one time when we moved in Atlanta. And she ended up getting arrested.
Right.
So violence doesn't decrease; it increases. So it went
Yep.
from throwing stuff and look,
Mm-hmm.
is to now she stabbed me. So
Oh,
I pushed her off me like that. She stabbed me in the back of my head. I pushed her off me. She went to go stumble, and how you put your hand down to break your fall.
yeah.
She stumbled, put her hand down to break her fall. She went to the hospital, said I body slammed her. And then the police came to my door. I was in Atlanta, like I said,
Mhm.
doing really well for myself. And by then the police were like, man, yeah, you're going to need to get away from this woman. So I said, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me go down here. I don't want to do no back pay, but I definitely need to divorce my wife and
Right.
move on with my life. Well, she's in the court while I'm trying to get a file for a divorce. She's filing for a restraining order against me.
Mm.
Tried to get me for $3,000 a month, and the only time I can see my son is under supervised visitation. And I'm the
Wow.
guy that's, I always send you stuff on Instagram so you can see my relationship
Right.
with my son. We always having a good time.
Exactly.
Yeah, family oriented. We don't, none of that stuff. I don't
Right.
believe in putting my hands on women. None of that stuff. But it was such
Right.
a messed up situation. Man, I was in Atlanta. They gave me a charge for 20 years,
Mm.
and I had to hire a lawyer. I hired a lawyer. The district attorney in Atlanta watched the body cam footage and threw the case out. But I'm
Right.
already $11,000 down the drain just to
Right.
protect my parental rights and potentially criminal. So,
Right.
they threw that case out, but by now she took my son and went to Arkansas. So
Wow.
I come back home. I was homeless for 2 months while the case was getting settled. I find out, okay, I'm a free man. Now let me focus on my civil.
Mm-hmm.
Open my door, all my son's stuff gone. So it was like, this person is very conniving, and I have to protect my parental rights. If you
Right.
go into court and say, hey, I want to put myself on child support, even though those are two separate parenting plan and child support plan, if
Right.
you go on child support first, it by default creates a parenting plan.
Yeah.
If you go on parenting plan, they want to talk about child support, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't want to deal with no back pay. It's kind of like what Brother Lee said, you give your heart to this person. You think you can help them. Maybe they don't come from a 2-parent household. You
Right.
do. You got morals and values. You know
Mhm.
God. You know you the 12
Right.
tribes. And you think you could teach the devil that. You
Oh,
can't.
That's where he went wrong. That's where
See,
he went wrong.
he confirmed. He confirmed. I told you it was unequally yoked, didn't I? Did I say that?
Yeah.
I said that in the beginning. That's exactly what I said. He thought, see, the devil would deceive you. He thought he was getting with somebody that he was equally yoked because it's all fun in the beginning. It seems right. The devil will see you somebody that's perfect. He'll do everything you like. He look like you like. She acting like you like. Everything just
The
like you
flash
like
was
it.
there. The
And that's the
flash was
woman.
there first and foremost. What was the sibling situation? What's the connection to the parents? Not to say that things don't happen between moms and dad. Basically, he was more invested than she was. He tried to teach her. Oh man!
Never
I told
entertain the
myself I
devil.
try not to teach women like I used to, because when you teach them, they got somebody else that they're going to use, that they be with for the whole entire time. And once they get that teachable moment, disappear. Man,
Yeah.
he almost was about to do 20 years. Whew.
I mean, I'm glad at least it worked out the
Nubreed better
way that
pay
it
attention
did,
to
because
this type of stuff because he's dealing with a strange woman. Ooh-wee. Whew.
yeah, he thinking, and he here in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Stuff can go either way here, man. Like, folks ain't playing around here. Like, stuff happen
yeah,
quick. Stuff move quick here. So, I I'm curious to see what New Breed's response is going to be
yeah.
to
I'm
this
waiting for
brother,
this. Yeah,
because you see Rollo, everything that I just got finished saying. I've never
me
seen
either.
this. I haven't watched this. You haven't seen it. You haven't watched it. Maybe some of y'all in the chat have. Maybe not. But the point is, this our first time seeing this, and look at everything we're saying is spot on, spot on, spot on. Before we even heard it and seen it. Come on now. Let's see what New Breed's response is going to be, because he's supposed to be the leader to help this brother in this situation. He allowed this brother on his platform. Let's see what he's got to say to this brother.
man.
That. You
Oh
can't teach
man,
that.
hey, you preaching right now. And
Man.
see a lot of men are going through this. The trumped up charges,
Yeah.
the women using the child to just harm the father at all costs, even just because she know that's what gets him. She know
Yeah.
that, and that's just pure evil. That's unadulterated evil. That's sinister. And that's what a lot of these women are doing. They're abusing the system.
Yeah.
Brothers are losing years of their lives behind choosing the wrong one. Like brother Darby was just saying, you may know the truth. You may be a righteous man, or at the very least, you're growing, you're developing, you're
Yep.
changing. But when you met this person, you might not have been all the way there. Meaning, being disciplined over yourself, choosing that partner the right way, and that's what it's about. Although Darby is saying all these things, I know he can look back and be like, "Yo, you know what? This is what I messed up on. I should have
Yeah.
never put myself in this situation." Because I could tell you, in those situations, you'll have warnings by the Most High time and time again.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh snap!
Uh-oh.
Oh snap!
The entity has to reveal
He should have never
himself.
said that. Yeah, man. He had warnings about the Most High.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, man, this is crazy. What? Well, you know what's funny? What did I say earlier? What did I say earlier? I said this earlier. I said out of brothers' pride, out of their
Mhm.
ego, for whatever reason, you stay in a situation that ain't
You
meant for you
did
to
say
stay in.
that.
Out of your pride, you get into a situation that you ain't even meant to get into. Let's go back to the initial meeting. A lot of times you ain't meant to get with a chick. There's so many sisters that look good that you could get with
Hmm.
that might even want
Yep.
to get with you. I mean, obviously, especially if you end up in a situation with
Right.
her, that don't mean you need to get in. Just because, for instance, I got food, I could go get food here, I could eat this, I could go do that. Just because I can eat it and I can do it, don't mean I need to be in
Mm.
it. And in order for me to even make that decision, I got to slow down. Like if I'm moving too fast, see this. So what I'm trying to say is that when you get wise, you move slower
Yep.
about things. You know, people say you're old and you're slow. No, you're
Yep.
wise, right? You get wise. You learn not to just go. You learn not to drive fast. You know not to move fast. You know not to get in situations fast. You know not to speak fast. The scripture talking about slow to anger but quick to
Correct.
reconciliation. Like all types of
Correct.
things. And so what happens is a lot of folks are caught up living the fast life. Let me explain. See, if we really following the biblical foundation here, right? If we're really following the biblical foundation, we ain't supposed to be jumping quick
No,
in these
you're right.
situations. But what happens is it sounds like this brother got involved with the lady, whatever his
It's
ex or what
super
have you,
fast. Super
pretty quick.
fast. Yeah. Not even a month.
Yeah. Just based upon yeah. So we getting involved in situations like way too quick. And that's what the world say. You see a sister, you go holler at her. You see a woman pull up, you know what I'm saying, trying to get it the same moment, the same night. Like everything is screwed in our society in a satanic way to move that way. When the righteous way is like, don't even try to hit that. You need to make her a
Yeah.
wife first. Okay? If you're trying to make a woman a wife first, you're gonna slow down. You're gonna vet this woman. You trying to figure out, see what's what. That way, when you get down on the road and you get involved with her, if you have kids with her or what have you, you're not going to end up in those situations. You make sure you're equally yoked. You make sure this going to work. You got time to talk to somebody else, get advice. Other people like, hey, you still with so and so? Yeah, I'm still with her, man. What's going on? Blah blah. Like you get insight, you get advice. But what happens is you got to be humble to do that. And the devil teaches you to be prideful. Eat of the fruit, ye will be as wise as gods. I don't need to listen to the Most High. I don't need to follow God. I don't need to follow people that follow God. I got this. I'm out here. I'm the man. I'm smelling myself. I'm with other guys that move like this. Look, everything good with them. Whoop de whoop de whoop. So we move that way. And then we
Yep.
miss the mark. We miss the opportunity. See, when you move slower, the Most High can move into your life and move
Make it
into your
better.
situation.
Make it greater. Yep.
It ex- exactly. You see? So a lot of even though New Breed is agreeing with this
He's
and
not taking
agreeing
it
with that
serious.
with the brother, yeah, he's
The
putting the
warning is
burden
coming
back
to
on the
him
woman.
by these two different men. Oh man.
he still think the woman is wicked. And I'm not saying this in this particular situation based off of what we're hearing. Yeah, she definitely played a hand in it. But what I want to say is, what hand did this brother play? He already said that, he did some things wrong. He wasn't moving right himself. Or as an example that Nubreed said, we ain't actually there. But that shouldn't matter. Let me explain why that shouldn't matter. Going back to what I said, if you equally yoke, it don't matter. Y'all
That's
gonna
true.
grow together. That's the whole point. You're gonna grow together. You're gonna learn somebody as
That's
they
correct.
learning you. You equally yoke. It's like a business, everything. You're gonna work together, you're gonna grow together, like all of that. But see, this is bad, Rollo. This is let me just say this, y'all. I'm holding my
Mm-hmm.
head like this because y'all don't see what me and Rollo see is coming for
Mm-hmm.
this man. And I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
New Breed. He got a whole heap of calamity coming, and it's not gonna be good. Like, this ain't something that we gonna be sitting here like, oh, look at what happened. This gonna be like some jaw dropping,
Yep.
like, can't believe this. I can't believe, like, we gonna be like, I can't believe this
Yep.
happened.
We're already doing that now. Yep. More so.
2 strikes, 2 warnings. This brother came out and said it.
Yep.
And this is like, man, you gotta play it, Rollo. You gotta just play
I'm
like a little
just
bit
putting in
more,
my thing
man.
right now. Hold on real quickly. I got you.
Saint, if y'all see me, I gotta respond to this text. Oh, it's good. I had to respond to a text real quick. So I'm on my mobile platform.
All right, so this should be here in about, let me see how many minutes. Excuse me, y'all. To be in 14 minutes. Okay. All right. Let's get to the video. We're almost done, y'all.
That
Whole bunch.
person, that person to do something, and you'll be taking 10 steps forward, and they'll make you take 15 back because
Yeah.
it's a demon using that individual to
Yep.
stop your purpose. But us men, we don't like divorce. We don't like separating.
We don't.
Not,
I
not
didn't.
good men. Good men don't
Yep.
like it.
Now he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you
right.
have to say that. Y'all can't. We don't have to. You don't have to like him. He's telling the truth there.
Yeah, yeah. He said a couple. There was a couple points he was saying is 100.
Yeah. No,
There's a couple.
that's definitely true.
Yeah,
We're gonna rewind that back because that entity is telling the truth on that. That's a fact. That's a
yeah.
fact.
We hate divorces like God hate it.
Listen to this again. Even though he got that from me, but still, yeah.
Hey, them demons got to tell truth too. That's why I
Yep.
be telling you. That's why
You might
these
not have been all
lies,
the way
because they
there.
Oh,
tell
my fault.
truth.
Yeah, go
No, it's
ahead.
all good. That's what y'all got to understand. These demons will tell the truth, but they don't tell the whole truth. So help you God. They tell some truths, and you be like, see, but he tells the truth. She told the truth. They gotta be right. No, just because somebody tell the truth, the devil will tell you part of the truth, but it
Mm-hmm.
be a lie. Come on now. It ain't the full truth.
Yep.
Just like he did in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve. Come on now.
Exactly. All right, listen again, y'all.
Meaning being disciplined over yourself, choosing that partner the right way, and that's what it's about. Although Darby is saying all these things, I know he can look back and be like, "Yo, you know what? This is what I messed up on. I should have
Yeah.
never put myself in this situation." Because I could tell you, in those situations, you'll have warnings by the Most High time and time again. That
Whole bunch.
person, that person to do something, and you'll be taking 10 steps forward, and they'll make you take 15 back because
Yeah.
it's a demon using that individual to
Yep.
stop your purpose. But us men, we don't like divorce. We don't like separating.
We
We
don't.
not,
I
not
didn't.
good men. Good men don't
Yep.
like it. Good
Yeah.
men will good men will sit up there and be dealing with a parasite
Yep.
because they have this ideal thought about how family should be.
Yeah.
And we want that. We ignore red flags because we doing the right thing. We doing this and we doing that.
Yeah.
We'll ignore all the times the Lord was like, you need to leave this person alone. You need to what? And sometimes that spirit will jump in them and they will exit themselves, but you let them back in the door.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, he's not lying about that.
Oh man.
That cost me to lose the sports betting, so he ain't lying about that.
Yeah. He's also he's telling a lot though about his situation as well.
He's talking about his own self too. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep, yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep, 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 yep. So if
Yeah.
any of you men going through that, be honest. Woo!
You're dealing with demons.
Man.
And again, let me say this though. Let me correct him though on something. I
Go
need to
ahead.
correct the demon on something because
Go
he's
ahead.
telling part truth, but he's still telling a lie. A righteous woman will be given to a man that fears the Lord.
That's correct.
So if these women got demons in them, demons jumping in and out of them, then that means that these men are wicked.
No, that's true.
You could have quote unquote righteous intentions. You can quote unquote want to do the right thing. You can predispose and program to do the right thing, but it doesn't mean that you right.
No,
Like
that's
we
true.
said, like even like he said, you might have to grow to get right.
Yep.
Maybe you ain't there yet. Maybe it is God's will for your life that you're going to be right at
Maturity
whatever
ain't there
appointed
fully.
time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it does not negate the fact that you was wicked. There was a time when I was wicked. I told y'all what I used to do. I used to pimp full time. I quit
Yep.
2
Me
full-time
too.
jobs just to pimp. Come
Me
on
too.
now.
Yep.
Come on. Pimping ain't easy. I know that for real. Don't play
Yep.
with me. So I know this personally, let alone professionally.
Yep.
What happened is these men were wicked or are wicked, at least at one point in time, depending on who you're talking about. And
Correct.
so they were given to them a portion of a wicked woman. If
Yep.
they truly were righteous, see, this is the other part where what he said is part truth, but he's still telling a lie. If he
Yeah, he
was
did.
truly, if he was truly through and through righteous, then that demon would leave. That woman would flee. Resist the devil and he would flee. That's what the scripture says. So if a woman got a demon in there, she would take herself out of the equation, or the situation would end. Somehow it would not stand. If you're truly
It would
walking
not
with the
stay
most
with
High,
you. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Let the person
Oil and
go.
water, oil and water can't mix. Christ and Belial can't mix. Belial's one of the principalities in hell. He's one of the high-ranking demons in hell. We just did the video the other day with King Solomon showing that. So
Yep.
Christ and Belial, they don't mix. That's what the scripture says. So if you got Christ in you and somebody got Belial in it, it don't mix. It just ain't gonna work. So there would be a separation. There'll be division. So what I'm trying to say is that in these situations, if they're still around a woman that's with a demon, then that means that they still got a demon in
Now,
them.
now, what if I got another thing? What if you try to, do something with this woman, but she ain't let go of the other people that was in her past? Could that be another reason why things don't work out? Because I thought about that. I said, you know what? If something don't work out between with me and a woman, whoever she dealt with in the past is still in her mind. Because we know the old saying is, whoever you lie with still have a say over them, depending on how many men they lie with. So Ringo was correct in this sense that if you get with a woman and she dealt with a certain amount of men, you coming in the picture more likely, and I'm paraphrasing, you more likely got to remember that it's going to take her a long time for her to respect you. Not right. No, no, no. She ain't going to respect you right away. Oh, no, 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 no. It's going to take her a long time to respect you. And once I came to that conclusion, I don't get no any little thing happen. I'm not surprised no more because I get it now. And what these men didn't realize, they're not realizing is that these women have different trauma bonding.
And you coming in the picture doesn't negate the fact that you could get rid of those trauma bonding. These women got different trauma bonding. Are you ready to deal with that? Them different personalities. Man,
That's why you got to take your time.
you gotta take your time because man, they be and you could be tweaking not knowing why you tweaking as a man.
Yep.
Because you're not paying attention.
Yep. See, you know that was it men lead men,
Leave with the
whatever
water.
work. No, not that. I know I'm not saying it completely correctly. I can't
Oh, okay,
think
my mistake.
men basically men are chasing or men are focused on love, women focus on business.
Yeah, women focus on
So
business.
so what happens is we end up falling in love, and that's why we deal with the woman because we love the woman. But the thing is, we got to slow things down and we got to take that time.
Yeah.
Because if you take that time, then you'll actually see and you'll know. If somebody has demons, if they got a past, if they still tied to, like, say, a past man or past men,
Hold it
you will
down. Let me
see.
go get my stuff. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. If that's how women actually are, okay, for example, in this situation, that's what we're referring to that we're talking about here in this video. So you would have time to see that would come out if somebody got demons, if they got a past, they can't get over another man, if they got mannerisms, you would see all of that. And if you're taking your time with that woman and you're not rushing things forward and you're not putting things in a position where you think it needs to be, right? Sometimes as men, we'll try to lead a woman and she don't need to be led in a particular area. It could be that God is leading that woman, but you as the man think that you need to lead that woman in a particular area or particular situation. And then what happens is it's at conflict. So then the woman actually be in conflict with you because she might already be on that process to releasing or getting right or doing something, but you think you need to go there. And see, again, we got to slow things down as it relates to women. That we'll fall in love. I love this woman. No matter this, no matter that. Now, I want to say something. That women are about business, then that woman should respect you. And what we're hearing in these situations in these videos with Brother Darby, here with Nubreed, is that these women ain't respecting them. If a woman can't respect you, then you got to leave. You can't be involved in that situation. I don't care how much you love a woman, how much you feel. Remember, women are about business. So if she can't respect you, it ain't gonna work. And that's what we seeing. These brothers are leading with love and they not getting the respect. A woman's supposed to respect you. I don't care what she dealing with. You got women that are single, women that are in relationships, women that are married, women that are playing the field. One common thing you'll find with men that women like that in all those situations deal with is they got respect at least for one man. It's one man they gonna respect. I don't care they got demons in them. I don't care what they doing. They gonna respect one man. It might not be you. It might not be me. I might not be the option. You might not be the option. But it's one man that she gonna respect. So what you got to do is be that man that that woman respects, right? That's what you got to be. That's what you got to put in work. And that's what we're hearing that's not being mentioned. And that's what we're hearing that these brothers haven't done, right? They just flat out have not done that. They haven't put in that time, put in that energy, and they haven't recognized that because what I'm hearing here in this conversation is a lot of focus on the woman, the woman, the woman, the woman's in the wrong, the woman. And that's what you always hear a lot of guys say. That it's easy to look outside of yourself. Remember the conversation I said earlier about us having to look inside of ourselves instead of outside? When it comes to us in relationships, it's easy to look outside. You want to deal with outside when we need to be looking on the inside. You got to stop and say, what is it about me? What is it that I'm doing or not doing that's causing me to have this woman disrespect me? That's having this woman, that's triggering this woman to act this way. What is it about me? What am I doing? What am I not doing? And sometimes you think you are doing or not doing things, but you actually are doing things or not doing things. I know that was kind of confusing. But if you run it back, it'll make sense. You see, this whole situation is bigger than we think and deeper than we think. And we got to take ownership and we got to look at this situation that we got to go harder in the paint. And it's like now we're focusing on what truly matters. You know, it's funny how after the fact, after things happen, after things get bad, now we want to focus on what truly matters. That's what a lot of people are saying about our presidential situation right now. Now, after the fact, now that things have been quote unquote bad, things are in the situation is now everybody in society, now Americans, now people in the world, now all of a sudden people want to get invested or focusing on the inside. Now all of a sudden people want to pay attention. You go back in the years in the past, people didn't care about politics. People weren't focused on it. They was focused on everything on the outside. They said, oh, let them handle it, let it be. Now all of a sudden people want to care. And so why is it that when we get into a bad situation, we get to where things are bad, that people start to care, right? This is what happens with a lot of men. This is what happens with a lot of men. We lead in runway, but we need to be balanced with our leaving. So we need to lead with a little bit of love, a little bit of business, a little bit of business, a little bit of love. You can't lead with all love. You can't lead with all business. That's why
Correct.
it take the balance of men and women, women and men coming together, which brings that balance. So
Correct.
if you are a man and you're going to lead, you need to be wise and understand that, okay, I love her a little bit, but I got to get to business. For instance, when it comes to business, you got to make decisions. It's strictly business. Sometimes you got to hire somebody. Sometimes you got to fire somebody. Sometimes you've been working with somebody or a company or a vendor. You had them for years and you got to let them go. It's strictly business. It's not personal. So this applies in relationships. Women do this all the time. They'll rock with a man for however long, and they'll cut his ass off just like that. They will cut him off just like that. Sorry, it's strictly business. This man got more money than you. This man treating me better than you. This man can be here more than you. I gotta cut you off. You no longer useful. I
Yeah.
found two, three other men, or whatever it is, whether she's single, whether it's just that one guy, you got to really think it's strictly business. And just like a business, you got to reevaluate yourself quarterly. You got to have quarterly check ins, quarterly meetings. These would be meetings with the Most High or meeting with your godly counselor to make sure you're moving right. Because if you're not, you're going to find your business in a bad situation. And that's what these brothers both found themselves in bad situations because they think they in a position that they're not actually in. And they didn't listen to their investors if they had them. They didn't listen to their stakeholders, their stockholders. They didn't listen to their employees. They just kept
Yeah, a lot of
leading.
setbacks. A lot of setbacks, man. Yep. It goes for both sides, yet the man's supposed to know better in a long haul. All right, so we're gonna play to see what else they say. We're gonna end this, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's why I tell people, and this goes for men and women. When somebody want to exit stage left, you let them go. You know,
Yeah.
don't let things get to the point where it can be catastrophic. Because people nowadays they fatal with this type of stuff,
Yep.
and it's
We're gonna close it out with that because he already answered his own question with his own answer. We're going, man.
That's bad for him to say that nowadays people are fatal with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good, y'all.
It's not good at all.
Not good for him. I'm at, this is really concerning
Well, it
because
is. Yeah, you gotta. Once you upload it, now you really have to talk about this. This is your great field of expertise. It is for me. Yet you, as a family man, been through dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all notice we ain't go in on him. This is not about going in. This is serious, y'all. I did not expect my video to interact with this, man.
yeah,
This is not about Trump and Elon Musk, man. This is,
no.
whew, whew. They got their own situation they got to deal with. This is about men. The next 4 years, men, if you don't get it correct, you in trouble.
Yeah. We
You
thought
can't
the
focus on the
women,
ladies. You can't put this on the
See,
ladies on this one. Go ahead, brother.
facts. You see, everybody was saying that the women were in trouble because Kamala lost.
No.
Nah, man, it's us brothers. We can't work together. We can't stick together. We got a lot of stuff to do. We got a lot of pride. We ain't admitting to this. We backbiting on the social media, like Ringo was talking about with Coach Greg Adams. You know,
Yeah, he
everybody want
said
to
it. He
take
said it. Yep.
it's the guys. It ain't even the women. The women be supporting. The women be doing stuff. Same thing. Our channels, the women support. They come down. We got a few guys, but as a whole, the guys don't come through. They don't do what they do. They don't share. It's a lot of backbiting, a lot of hating, a lot of back. Like it's crazy, man. We the
Yep.
ones that's in trouble. I mean, the women, they like, shoot, forget y'all. We got to do what we got to do. And they've been handling business. That's why they about their business.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. This is, I'm gonna say this too,
Right.
as a close, because we about to bring this thing to a close anyway. There was a time in society where if there was a separation, let me phrase it like this. If there was a separation in a relationship or a marriage, that you could almost guarantee that the woman would be in trouble, that she would be the one left out. But the way things are right now, it's the men.
Yep.
It's been like that for years. The
Yep.
women ain't the ones hurt. They go jump to another man. They got the money. They get the resources. They get the divorce. They get it. I mean, generally speaking, it's the men. The
Yep.
men are the one, and that's what we seeing with these two men that were just on with Nubreed and Brother Darby. We saw that it's the guys. You look at those stories. The women are winning out. So what I'm trying to say is that whatever that may take place, wherever things going on, this is why you guys gotta move slower.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta really be sure about your decision. You gotta talk to godly counsel. I ain't talking about wicked counsel. I'm talking about godly counsel.
That's
You need to talk to,
confirmation. Yep.
yep. You need to talk to the Most High, most importantly. And you just need to make sure that, wait a minute, I need a second opinion here. I need to be sure about this. Is this chick, is she right? Do I even need to be involved with? Do you see things? A lot of times because men be in love, men out here
Mm-hmm.
focusing on love, you get blinded by love. And
Yep.
see, the women are focused on business. So they see everything clearly. Oh, he like this, he not like this, he about to do this, da 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 da. They see what it is, but men be blinded by their love. So we get involved in situations, we stay in situations, we move. Well, we love that ass. We looking at that wagon. So we in love. We looking at their body, we looking at their lips. We love to get that top. We love to get that box. We love to get this. We in love. We leading with love. Women leading with business is like, is he gonna be good here? Is he gonna be able to provide? Is he gonna be able to do this, do that? They leading with business.
Yep.
So because we leading with love, we get blinded by those demons in our pride. We think we can see everything. We think and know that we blinded. And then the women be seeing it, and then women be trying to tell us, and we don't be listening.
Yep. They'll tell you. Yep.
They'll tell you. So, I know Newbury said there are signs. Love will have you miss those signs.
Yep.
So we gotta really move accordingly. But I'm gonna say this because I know Rollo's got to say what he's got to say. This is extremely telling and troubling on New Breed's situation because he's parading like everything's fine. And it's been like this for months. I mean, we can tell. Let me tell you something. You don't need to know everybody's specific details on what's going on with their relationship. It's like if you're a firefighter, you can tell stuff all day long without even knowing. If you're an electrician, you could just know stuff. If you're a lawyer, if you're a doc, like you know stuff. If you're a sports coach or some other type of coach, you just know stuff with your eyes closed. You don't need to know all the specifics and details. You can pretty much tell what it is. So with New Breed, it's disturbing because what he got going on, the things that he smiled about, the things that he connected with, and what Brother Darby was sharing with him is troubling. Because where he is right now, like for instance, I don't connect with the stuff that Brother Darby said. I
Right.
understand what he said,
Right.
but I'm not there. So I don't connect with that stuff. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, man, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm feeling that. That's right, that's right, that's right. I'm not there. I don't
Yeah.
connect with that. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the fact that Nubreed is connecting with that means he's there.
He's still there. Whew.
Every everything that he's saying is good. It's not true. All that anger that I picked up on with his lady, it's true. All
He
that
was right.
frustration, all that hurt, everything we say, it's right. And he's trying to
Yep.
make it seem like it's not. And as a matter of fact, it could have been right even with the other baby mama that he said is in a mental hospital.
Yep.
He could have been that guy in that situation that drove her to being and where she's being at. Because a lot of
Mhm.
times we might be the one that caused that woman to spaz out. You thinking that woman got a demon, a lot of times you got the demon in you and you
That's
causing that
true.
woman to spaz
You
out.
drunk it out of her. Yep. No, that's true. Nope. Yep. That's true.
A woman responds to our leadership, right? So if you, for instance, if a, let me
Yep.
tell you something. Man, let me just I gotta sum it up with this.
Go ahead, bro.
If you are if you are that steadfast in your walk with the Most High, then even if you're dealing with a wicked woman, that
Uh-oh.
wicked woman is going to do one or two things. He's either going to leave,
Yep.
but if she stays in your presence, she going to get right.
That's a fact. I agree.
You got, you're going to see a change in that woman. She going to get right because if you steadfast like you say you are, if you really about that life, that woman's going to change. I'm telling you. So the fact that these women have not changed and they stayed wicked, there's a lot where these two gentlemen were and are. I'm telling you, a
I
wicked
can't wait
woman
to
is
hear your
appointed to a
continuation.
wicked man.
I can't wait to hear your continuation on this. Man. Whew. Man. Oh, I gotta say in closing, y'all, this has been a great one. All praises to the Most High. Thank y'all for the support, ladies. Appreciate it. Salute to the fellas that support all the time too. Thank you, Ethereum, for the two super chats and Sister Mom for the cash app. Thank you,
And the
Sister.
PayPal.
Yeah. Okay, you got the PayPal support. That's what's up.
Yep, Sister Amon.
To them. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Brainwaves. This, yeah. I think
This
Ringo's
is
gonna
scary,
talk about
man.
this. I think Ringo's gonna talk about this too. I know he's doing his stuff.
He's talking about relationships right now, though. That's the irony of this. Ringo is literally live, unless his live just ended. Last time I checked, he was live while we've been live, and
Oh,
he's
who's talking
talking
about
about.
Marilyn Monaco? You talking about that? Yeah, he's ended with that already.
Okay, but that's just the point, though. He was talking about relationships. You see what I'm saying? You see
Yeah.
how the Most High is moving? He was live talking about relationships. Here we are live talking about the same thing.
Hmm.
None of this is planned. None of this was,
No.
we just doing what the Most High will have us to do.
Yeah.
So it's something about this, and the fact that I mentioned everybody's not paying attention to what's happening. For instance, in our president's household, they focus, oh, this looks good, but I said we got to pay attention to everything.
Yeah.
These relationships, man. This is serious. You ain't gonna win out there or be able to maintain winning out there unless you win in here. If you got that. Now, if you by yourself is one thing, but if you're supposed to have that,
It's making it
and
look
you
like Trump is by himself. This is not looking good, man. I get that part what you're saying, man.
remember how everybody with his first presidency, everybody
Yeah.
was saying, oh man, Trump's got a beautiful family. They was like Trump, Melania, his kids, it was like he's such a family man, he's such a family man. Now all you hear people say is he's a businessman. That's all you hear him say. So what I'm trying to say is we gotta
Is
focus
Elon
on
is
this.
Elon Musk married?
No, he ain't married. So
Oh.
it could be that influence. It's like you got the married guy, single guy, influence on him. Elon Musk, he's been rumored to be with his robot, the robot creations he's had. Um, He had a woman like that. It's like strange relationships, but unless it's something secretive that we don't know, there's no public marriage or none of that. So, um,
Oh man.
this everything he's had was a failed relationship in turn on that front. Like any relationship he's been involved with, it's been failed relationships. This is why a lot of people are saying, well, he's creating these robots and all of this to have the ideal relationship because a robot's just gonna comply. A robot's just gonna submit. You know what I'm saying? A
Oh,
robot's see,
man. This is going to be an interesting 4 years, man, in general. Ah,
child support ain't even gonna matter. Y'all up here,
but
you like
at this point, they ain't going to matter, man.
they don't get it, man. They don't get it. They thinking they like, yay.
She
Y'all don't
said
really understand.
about different women. I didn't. Whoa, okay. According to Sister Mom.
Yeah, that's right. But it's all failed relationships. Sound familiar?
Oh, man. So
Sound familiar?
we're gonna find out what's gonna happen, man. This is not even. We're not even in quote unquote Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Oh,
snap. You right. And you know I'm gonna say this. Y'all can say what y'all want about the so-called pagan holidays. Man, we in America, man. Stop the cap. We in America, okay? Oh, we don't celebrate the pagan holidays and all this stuff. Listen, that influence is still there,
oh, you know
okay?
that's gonna be in the household of his too. You better have them chocolate cakes. You better
I'm
be
telling
thinking
y'all.
about February 14th. Shoot.
I'm telling you, you listen, you got to make a woman feel special. You got to make a woman feel like a woman. And
Yes,
it ain't nothing
around
that
this
these
cold weather
guys
too. Shoot.
he online too much and too available to be doing it. Y'all notice how I didn't go live all day, right?
Every
Y'all
day.
notice that from the morning time I've been off work. We snowed in. We all like I mean we iced up out down here. Y'all know I work in the school system. You think I gotta go to school? You think I gotta go to work? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Patrol schools when all of them are closed? I mean, come on, really? You think they're gonna put our safety at risk with stuff like that? So I'm here. I'm handling business. That's why you don't be seeing me. I'm not a single guy. I'm a family guy. I
Right,
gotta
right.
handle business. I gotta make everybody in this household feel special. You see what I'm saying? I can't just be there. I gotta make them feel special. So when this pagan holiday roll around, think you ain't gonna celebrate it or not, women want to feel special.
Yep. You got to
It's
get them
like
nice stockings and socks too. All
telling you.
right, anyways.
Yeah,
Final
we
notes,
gotta
brother.
get out of here.
Yeah. I'm gonna end this live stream. I thank everyone for tuning into the show. We pretty much said what we need to say. Brainwaves, you can use it, man, so that people can get the views, the support. I think you should premiere it if I was you.
Yeah, I'm gonna download it. You're right. I'm gonna download it and I'm gonna most likely probably release it like in the morning or something because if I
Yeah.
release it tonight, my audience is not really used to me releasing something. What time is it? Oh yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock. They're not used to me releasing something like at midnight or something.
Yeah. Yep. Everybody, yeah, stay warm, stay up, stay strapped, and focus on the Lord. We out. Catch you on the next one.
Peace.